everybody. Welcome back to Travel Adventures. My name is Jackie, and this is our Europe review.
So, we have gathered here today. It's going to be me, Jeffy, and Martine. I already have a little paper written down with all the things we'll be discussing, and I'll be going off from top to bottom in order of everything we did during our vacation.
There we go.
All right, so let's get started.
Get into it.
Ooh.
For starters, our plane trip to Europe, which started with a plane straight to Lisbon.
Well, I will say it was our first time traveling on a 14-hour trip, and you might see some cuts about how it didn't take it wasn't like a long time, but it was because we took two planes to get there. We actually flew out of Miami, and from Miami to Lisbon was about 8 hours, and then we had a layover for about 2 hours and change, and then we went from Lisbon to Rome.
Would anyone like to comment on the flight quality?
I mean, I didn't have a problem. I wasn't sitting with you guys. I don't want to be mean or anything. I was not in the front, but I had leg room. So I enjoyed it. The flight was really nice, no turbulence. It was just straightforward. The food, I found that was really good. I like how Martina's looking at me like, I don't know, like, are you ready? What happened?
I was just thinking about that. It's like it was a good trip because you had upgraded seats.
I had seats in the front. Well, not the front. It was better leg room, but the food was good. The trip was good. I feel like I enjoyed it very well, very much.
All right.
Wasn't
As for me, I liked it. You know me. I look forward to the plane trips. I made a whole video on this channel about how to get ready for a plane trip. I had a good time, and the food was good. And when we got off, we did our little layover, and then we got on the plane to Rome. It was a fair bit shorter, not nearly as eventful, but it was a nice, clean trip. And then we got to the Roman airport, which I quite liked walking around. It was very pretty. It was a lot bigger than I was expecting to. But it was a good trip, aside from when our luggage got stuck on a plane and we had to wait like a whole hour for it.
Well, to add to Jaden, I do remember when we were planning for this trip, one of the things that Jaden was actually looking forward to was how was the meals going to be on this trip?
What did you think of that?
I loved them.
Let's see what Martine had to say.
Oh, what do I have to say? I like the flight, because they had all the amenities. You could watch videos on there. They had snacks. They brought drinks every so often on there. And like Jaden said, the food was good. They had a variety. Now, do y'all remember what they had?
I remember I had some chocolate cake, and I had myself a good sandwich and some, didn't they have pasta on that one? Yeah, they did.
And for those of you that don't know, we actually flew TAP Portugal, because you guys might be asking what type of flight did we take. So it was TAP Portugal, both from Miami to Lisbon and Lisbon to Rome.
They even gave us a little blanket and a pillow, because we were going to be staying there overnight, which was amazing.
Yeah, because we have preferred seating.
Yep.
Yeah. But that was it. The flight was good. We enjoyed it. The layovers, they weren't too long, but they were long enough to take a look around and enjoy, the airport, stores, and different money exchanges, people walking around. I'm a people watcher, so that was kind of interesting being in a different country.
I do agree with you because Lisbon took me by surprise. The airport there, it was beautiful. Oh my gosh, so much to see. And also we landed like about 5-something in the morning, Lisbon time. And it was just like if it was broad daylight, everything was.
It was buzzing. Yeah.
It was really nice. It was very nice.
But now that you mentioned the landing, It's not the regular landing. It's taxi up
Nope.
to the airport.
We landed out in the middle of the airstrip and got on a bus into the airport. It was very interesting. I've never been to an airport like that, so I'm not sure. For people in the audience who travel a bit more than me, let me know if maybe that was a European thing or if that's just like that particular airport. But it was very interesting, and I'm curious to know more.
I feel like that's how it was back in the days, though. I feel like they were, but yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I was very
It's different.
surprised. It took me by surprise for sure, and you will see it on the actual flight day if you guys actually saw it, and if you haven't seen it, if you guys go back and watch it, where I'm like in awe because I'm like, oh my god, like I've never actually done something like this. Martine was like, oh yeah, they do usually do this, but I've never been over there. So it was a different to get off of a plane, get on a bus. The bus will take you to the terminal. And then you check in, do all your stuff there, and then you wait, and then you get on another bus. They're gonna take you to another plane, and then you take off. It's just so different, but it was a nice experience.
And with that's all we got to say on the airports. Our next section will be when we landed in Rome. As we got out of our hotel, we went to a Roman plaza, we went to the Pantheon nearby, and then we went to a nearby very large fountain. The fountain wasn't active that day, but you can see it in the vlog. It probably would have looked amazing if it was turned on.
Now, it was funny because when I asked, because they were cleaning it that day, but when I asked, the fountain, actually the Trevi fountain, was going to be open
The following
day,
Saturday.
The following Saturday.
No, that Saturday.
No,
Sorry,
that Saturday. Yeah, that same Saturday when we were leaving, so we were not even going to see it. We got to see it. We got to taste the gelato there across from the Trevi fountain. So it was nice. I would have loved to see it in its full glory.
Right.
It would have been nice. One thing, guys, that I would like to add that you're not going to see it on our vlogs, but I actually learned this afterwards. There's actually a place that you can go. I don't know how much the cost is, and you can actually go underneath the Trevi fountain.
Oh wow!
And be able to see what underneath looks like.
Really?
So I'm gonna give some information to Jeffy or Jaden so that they can put that information here for you guys. And yeah, you guys get to, maybe if you're over there, get to check that out.
Nice.
Now, personally speaking, the plaza that we went to felt it was like pretty small, pretty quaint. I actually really liked it. There were like these really nice, beautiful statues. I took a bunch of pictures of them. I wish I had more to say about the place. We didn't exactly spend a lot of time there. It was kind of a stop as we were going to the Pantheon, which was fairly close by. It was like a short walk from there. One thing that I do have to add, because we were there for a while, like in the city of Rome, I love being able to just walk around a city and get places. It is a very nice city to just wander around in. You can get to so many places by just walking. It's very easy to get a taxi at any moment. It is a breath of fresh air from how things are in the States.
I agree.
Well, Jeffy has a lot to say.
No, I mean, so I studied the Pantheon, and I think I've said this already. I studied the Pantheon back in architectural school, and then I was excited to go and see it, and go to Rome and see actually all these things that I studied for. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. It was nice. I think I'm more held because I find it beautiful. Rome is beautiful, but my heart was somewhere else, not necessarily Rome. So I'll say that. I'll leave it for later. Not everything is as close as you think, which in this case, like the monuments are distance apart. Like we were like, okay, the map, yeah, cool. And then we're like, oh no, this is like the Vatican was like 30-minute ride, which walking is like a little bit long of a distance, but we had a good time. We ate at this restaurant, which was delicious. We did not film because it was like a family kind of sort of deal that we did, but I did put the information in the vlog so you guys could go ahead and check it out. The plaza that you were mentioning, I did put the name on the plaza. I just don't remember it right now. But we also had, the pizza. Remember we had the salami, the pizza that instead of, it was like a pepperoni, but it was like.
It was very good. It was called salami. It was, I can't remember it because it's been a few months, obviously, but it was like a huge, like thin cut slice of either salami or pepperoni. It was amazing. I wish I could go there and get another one because I can't get it over here.
No, yeah.
That was our first pizza.
That was our first pizza in Rome, yeah.
There's nowhere I can go down here in Florida to find a pizza quite like that. I'll have to make it myself at this point.
Yeah, so yeah, we had the pizza. I remember that, which was a little bit different from what we normally would order. Of course, that's the whole point of.
We went up those big old stairs.
Oh yeah, so that was I forgot what that building was.
It's like the Spanish Steps, I think, because I think that's what Mom called it at one point.
They had
That church?
the one that had the museum. Yeah, the church was in the back, and then the museum.
I don't remember what the name of it is, but I know that there's like 100 and something stairs to get up there.
We went up. Yeah,
A lot of stairs.
Oh my gosh, we were tired, but the view was really pretty.
Yeah.
Yep, that was.
Beautiful.
So Martin, what do you think?
Well, I like the city, and like Jaden and
This one over here.
yeah, that one over there, Mr. Jeff. But because we had a great travel agent, you know, we were centrally located.
Of course. Yeah, no, the hotel was good. We haven't spoken about the hotel.
Yeah.
The hotel was good.
Amazing service.
Yeah, service was really good. The elevators are super small.
Yeah.
Really small.
The elevators were very
Small.
cool.
People in there.
2 people in an elevator. Yeah, no. But other than that, I think the hotel was very central. Like, we were close to the Coliseum. We walked to the Coliseum. Like,
maybe 5 minutes walking distance from the Coliseum.
super nice, super clean, everything. Like,
Very efficient.
yes, I agree.
Very efficient.
Even the rooms, even the rooms. I was in my own room, like my own little room was like perfect, spot on. They have a bigger room, of course, because it was 4 of
The
them.
beds were also super comfy.
I agree. So
For those of you that didn't know, we actually stayed at the Best Western Presidential.
yes,
It's about 5-minute walk from, literally you turn the corner and straight down you see the Coliseum, which is beautiful. But yeah, superb. Shout out to Best Western because at least with our family, they took care of us. When it came to taxis, they had it all.
Oh, yes.
They will give you a ticket, they will call the taxi, and they call your ticket, and it was like you didn't even have to wait a long time.
It was amazing.
it was great. It was
Now,
incredible.
I will add for those of you that are traveling, which is a pro tip for you guys, that we learned is that when you're in Rome and you need a taxi, sometimes you pay for the transfer through the cruise lines and things like that. Don't do it because the taxis for 150 euros, they could take 4 people plus your luggage, and that can save you some money because we pay $95 a person, and then we ended up having to pay for a taxi to take us to the location where we would take the bus, and then that was an added extra cost, and then we paid for the $95 per person. Now,
Right. So what? And to kind of like break it down or explain it, you did it through the Celebrity Cruises, correct? So then Celebrity has this thing where they transport you from a stop, like a location that they have that you just go and drop your luggage, and then they take you to the cruise terminal. We discovered after we had already did all this that the taxis could take you for a flat rate. It's a flat rate anywhere in Rome. They take you to the cruise port for this price. So definitely for the convenience, yes, we didn't have a problem because our luggage was already taken care of. We didn't have to deal with dropping porters or giving extra money. All our luggage was taken care of, and they take you directly. So that was a perk and it was really good. But if you don't want to pay that extra, definitely then go with the taxis or the flat rate that they offer. Yeah, definitely.
what do you think, Martin?
Well, I like that aspect of it, but like you said, if someone's on a budget, a tighter budget, you can always just take the taxi and talk with the hotel people, and they'll make the arrangements for you.
Right.
Also, the other thing that I liked about the location was the cafes. You would just walk around, and you could stop, get a cafe on there, get some pastries, have a breakfast, sandwich on there along the way,
Right.
and.
It is an amazing experience being able to just walk and go somewhere, sit down, eat, and then go back to walking wherever you were trying to go in the first place, and it not taking 2 hours. It took like 30 minutes.
Right. Okay.
And one last pro tip that I have before we cap off this segment here on our first day in Rome. When you are going to Europe, anywhere in Europe, because they have a very different power system than here in the States, you will want to bring a converter for, you know, all of your different cables, obviously, because the standard plugs that we have in America do not work in Europe. They have a very different system of wattage, and they have different types of plugs. That part should be understandable. The key thing to know is because the wattage is different in Europe, it is a lot easier if you're bringing something, you know, made in America, like a hair straightener, a hair dryer, things like that. There are a lot of devices that require a lot of energy, and they will blow out your entire converter.
Did you have an experience, Jaden?
Did that happen?
I will not be saying who was responsible because, you know, they didn't mean it. They were not aware. How could they have been aware? But now that we do know, be very careful when bringing more high voltage things with you on your travels, because they will blow out your power system and you won't have it for the rest of the trip.
Lesson learned. Lesson learned. All right.
Now then, onwards to the Colosseum, the big name thing in Rome.
The main thing, like the main.
That's what everyone's there for, and we found that out the hard way. If I may begin to give my overall thoughts on the Colosseum, because they're rather lengthy. I actually really loved going to the Colosseum. The architecture is amazing. You do not understand the sheer scope and scale of the Colosseum until you're standing inside of it. You'll always see it in movies with some kind of top-down view, like a helicopter flyby. When you are on the ground level, standing inside of one archway, and there's 100 of them. There's more than 100 of them, and they all span around this thing that dwarfs the size of a football field. It is enormous and beautiful. The way that it has been maintained for centuries and will be continued to be maintained at this point, it is amazing. Even the parts that have fallen into ruin still hold a lot of mystique to them. There is no experience quite like being in the Colosseum, and I now understand why 40,000 other people wanted to be in the Colosseum that day.
Same time.
Because it is a double-edged sword. There is no experience quite like going to the Colosseum, but because everyone agrees on that, the Colosseum has this Disney World attraction sort of vibe to it. I almost wish that I could, through some miracle of God, just have gotten the Colosseum to like the family just for that one day. Just because having it be overly cramped with hundreds of people in one corridor all squishing around each other trying to get pictures of the same few things, and it's all really loud and you need like little uncomfortable earpiece so that you can hear the guide, and all of that together, it makes the Colosseum experience one that I have a lot of mixed feelings on. Ultimately, I had a great time, and ultimately I'm happier that I went there. But I kind of do wish it wasn't a wonder of the world, I guess.
No, I get what you're saying. I mean, it's a tourist attraction. I mean, it is what it is. I get it though, because sometimes, like you said, you wish you just want to like have everybody go away and you want to experience it the way that you want to experience it. But I even think that even with all those people, we still had a better experience than other places that we went, which we will talk about later. But yes, I think you summed it up perfectly. Like, I don't even have to add anything. Majestic, definitely, like everything that you just feel it. Like when you're there, like it's hard to express, but when you're there, you feel it. You feel it. You look up, you look down, you look all over, and you're like, wow, this is amazing, you know. But yeah, I also studied that one. So yeah, I knew what was going on and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, no, we had an experience with finding the spot, and let's start with that because it was funny. The address led us somewhere else.
Tickets there.
Well, we did.
To get your guide.
We did to Get Your Guide. That's where we got our tickets.
So shout out to Get Your Guide.
Yes, to them, they're really good. We got our tickets, but then our tickets had a location where we had to go. We went there, but it wasn't that location. I guess it was across the street down the road next to the tree, which has the bucket that somebody else put that crawled the leaves that this person raked. And I'm just like, what? So we ended up finding the spot eventually. I was like, I'm like, are we gonna get here on time? Because we were already crunch on time. And we ended up finding the place by the grace of God. Well, I think you asked, and then I managed getting there. And then when we got there was a whole nother mess because the person, they were giving like these stickers, and then everybody got their little sticker so that way they identify you. And then somebody, for some reason, somebody got the wrong sticker. They ended up in our group, and then to enter the Coliseum, we had to wait. And then they ended up coming with us at the same time. And then someone in our group, not our group, sorry, not us, someone in the group that was with us decided to bring a pocket knife or have a knife with them. Yeah. Listen, everybody, that's cute, that's nice, everybody has their own thing, but you're going to a place where there's security. Like, isn't that common sense that you kind of like, we had to wait for this person. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a weapon. Like, I don't care who gave it to you, heirloom or whatever. Like, why are you bringing that? Yeah. Like, what are you doing? But anyway, besides that was like one of the issues or situations that we had before getting in. Then it was like either he throws it away or he throws it out, he gives it to somebody else, or he just hides it, but he couldn't go in with it, and then he ended up throwing it away. They were kind of upset. They kind of like poo-poo our entrance or whatever. But it was still good. We still had a good time. So that's all I have for the Coliseum. I don't know, Martine, you, Jackie, anything you guys want to add?
I like the Coliseum. I like the history behind it. Because, it's one thing to be able to see it in film, movies, you see it in Gladiator.
Right.
But when you're there in person and you see the entrance on there, and then and not only that, because you see all the large things, the things that would normally happen. But then it's good to have the guide because he gives you the little tidbits of information.
Right.
We had a very nice guide.
Yeah, he was really knowledgeable.
Yeah, on there as to what actually happened on there, that they had the training for the gladiators across the street, that they had a large entrance for the animals and showed us, that they had, the crowd
tunnel and the tunnel that went under where they went through. Yeah,
so all of that, it adds up. It's good to have either a knowledgeable guide or to have someone who's fairly familiar with the area.
Right.
So that was good overall.
Well, for me, guys, I love history, and this Coliseum, I've been watching like Gladiator and all the different movies and stuff like that, which I love. But being there, it's like Jeffy said, it's a different type of feeling that you get. It's like an emotional situation goes inside of you, because it's very different when you watch it on TV than when you're actually physically there. It was very hard to believe that, a person like me would actually be standing in the middle of this amazing, beautiful Coliseum. And to know where the emperors were sitting while everything was happening, and to see the bottom of where the gladiators were, and the history after the whole gladiator era happened, there was another history on that Coliseum. To understand and to take it all in, it was just like majestic. Being there is like at a different level, you can say. And I truly will say that if you're ever thinking of doing something different, definitely visit Rome. Visit the Colosseum, get to see the Fountain of Trevi.
There's so much to do in Rome.
And a lot of stuff is walking distance, like we found out. But just keep in mind that you're going to this beautiful, amazing place which has so much history, so many stories to tell, you can say. And it's just, for me, it was a beautiful experience and an amazing, and one that I wake up every morning and I wish I could just say I want to get on a plane tomorrow and just feel that, be there again. It's just truly tremendous.
A small tidbit that I would like to throw in, but as I was thinking earlier about how well preserved the entire Colosseum is, it is incredibly surreal to be walking up the stairs and see a modern-day gift shop just built inside of the Colosseum. You go through all of these rough stones that have seen the turn of centuries and have been carefully polished and dusted off to prevent any wear and tear. And then you walk inside and there's this nice tile floor. It's the clean white slate that you see it like a mall. If anything, I think it actually adds to the experience because it shows just having that contrast makes it clear how much the world has changed since the Colosseum was put together to have a slice of the current world inside of it.
I agree.
I will add, because Jaden had mentioned maybe he would have liked for our family to be the only ones there. If you are traveling and you're going to see the Coliseum, there's a couple of different options on Get Your Guide. And we're not sponsored by Get Your Guide by any means, but kudos to them. They provide you they have different floors. You can purchase different floor experiences, you can say. But there's also a nighttime experience. And for the nighttime experience, you do have to buy it at least 6 months ahead of time because they do sell out fast. So if that's something that you might be interested, because at night the Coliseum is beautiful. We went and we saw it, so that was just, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit
Yeah, like a little bit.
information on that.
Right, yeah, that's it.
All right, and now that we've covered the first mainstay of Rome, let's talk about the other one, the Vatican. So who wants to go first? Because as people who watch the vlog may know, I've got some unkind things to say about the Vatican.
Well, I want to start the
You want to start? Okay, you let her start.
because they have a lot more to say than I do. Again, all of our tickets in Rome, we purchased to Get Your Guide. One of the things that I will say that I was not happy about, and this is a pro tip for you guys purchasing any tickets to Get Your Guide, especially when you're going to the Vatican, do not purchase the evening part. Because if you do, then you're going to miss going to St. Petersburg Basilica, right, Martin? And because you're not going to have time.
Yeah, what is it? The plaza, the
St. Petersburg area.
which is where the Pope like comes out and does like the
Correct.
when the appearance. So we didn't get to visit that. We did the Sixtine Chapel. At least we got to do that, but we didn't get to visit the other side, which is the big area where you want to go, because that's the most famous part of the Vatican.
The thing is that we found out once we were walking towards the Vatican.
Yeah.
And there was nowhere in our documentation for our tickets that we were not going to see that, because it included that
Correct.
place. So it was a little bit upsetting.
Disappointing, yeah.
I will say, as a pro tip for you guys and as a travel advisor, do go on a group and with somebody, because if you go alone, the line is horrendous. And
That's crazy.
the only thing that I wasn't happy about, I felt that it was too rushed.
It was rushed.
It
Very
was
rushed.
like gazillion thousands of people. It was like a herd of people. If you look back at our Vatican vlog, you're gonna see thousands of people, and you're like in a herd, just going through the halls. It's like you don't have enough time to really take in exactly what you're looking at. So that was my only thing with the Vatican, but it's beautiful.
Okay, so it's beautiful. After a while, everything starts looking like the same. Every room you go into, it's the same. You have the ceilings that are painted with angels and whatever. You have all these statues, all this stuff, which once you go from one corridor to another corridor to another corridor, because that's literally how it is. It's a long, like 3-4 long corridors. You just go through, start walking. He's like, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this. Let's go to the next. This is this, this is this. You don't have time to kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. So you're trying to like grab a picture, listen to him. You have people talking, people going back and forth. Everybody herding like cattle going through literally these hallways. And you're just like, wow, this is not like what I thought it would be.
Yeah, but it's because it was toward the end of the day.
Correct.
And that was the problem, is because it's the end of the day.
They're trying to rush everybody.
Because they close at certain times.
And that's why, at the beginning then it was mentioned to probably do this earlier in the day as opposed to in the evening like we did. So definitely the Vatican, if you really want to do this, I would say if you want to do, you said not to do it on your own. But if you do want to do it on your own,
We're doing it on your own.
take
The groups were
coming first. Yeah. So
sitting there in the sun, and
But
the
then-
blazing sun, just sitting there waiting. And
right. Yeah. But then at that point, I'm trying to see if you go in a group, will it still be like how they're trying to rush you? I know you were saying because it was evening. Yeah.
Take the morning tour.
Okay. So then there you guys go. Take the morning tour.
Yeah, that's what I was saying is You can take the morning tour, and you'll have a little bit more time to be able to go through and see the extra spots.
Yeah, I'm scared of what Jaden was gonna say.
Well,
The 16 Chapel was cute. Hold up, it was very pretty.
Yeah, it was very nice.
It was pretty. It was just there. I studied that one too, but it was fun. It was cute.
I did not like the Vatican. So,
I mean, so what was it? Right, it's your
So-
thing, so.
a lot of my problems with it are both the same as everyone else's, but kind of more so. The Vatican is effectively a small city-sized revolving door in which people are constantly filtered in and out, and every room is very samey. Throughout the tour, it's like there's essentially what specific thing were we doing an excursion for that day? Was it just the Sistine Chapel?
No, we did the Colosseum.
We did the Colosseum in the morning, and then
the Vatican in the end.
Yeah, but no, I meant what part of the Vatican? Because there's about 16 major parts of the Vatican that you can do an excursion for, and we did one of them. I believe it was the Sistine Chapel.
We went to the 16
Yeah.
Chapel. Yes, that's
Yes.
one of the main.
So,
attractions.
The Sistine Chapel, the one that we did, is a lot of very similar rooms. They are very similar in shape. They have very similar looking paintings adorning the ceilings and the walls. Every room is essentially like there's like 4 different kinds. There's the long hallway, there is the perfect square, there is the empty undecorated hallway connecting 2 different rooms, and then there is the showcase room. There's the same 4 rooms copied massively across this enormous building bigger than any castle on this planet. And it is so much walking while you are constantly being herded through. The hallways that aren't decorated wall to wall with paintings are incredibly cramped. There is no reliable cooling anywhere in the building, so it's like if you are in a hallway with like 40 people, it is going to be hot in there. It's going to be damp. It's not going to be any fun. And on top of all of that, while you are highly encouraged to be taking pictures and videos at basically every opportunity, there is this one specific area in which you are not allowed to do any of that.
The chapel.
The actual Sistine Chapel itself. I wasn't quite aware, but it confused me very much because it's a room that's like it's impressive, but I don't get why you're not allowed to take pictures there.
The painting. It'll mess up the painting. That's one.
I mean, I
And
suppose.
2, it's a symbol of
it's the chapel.
It's the chapel where they decide who gets to be the pope. And we got there recently when there was a new pope
Actually, we were
announced.
there for like
a week, like a week and a half
Like a
after
week.
the new pope was announced, we were there, which is
because we were worried
that we weren't going to be able.
when
Yeah.
the thing with the Pope happened. We were worried like, okay, what's gonna happen now? But yeah, by the time we made it was super fast how they picked another Pope so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It's-
it's Leonardo. I think that's his last painting too. That's
Yeah.
why they're trying to preserve.
Yeah.
it.
There's some history and a lot of meaning to it, but I admittedly don't quite get it.
We did. I mean,
Now,
okay.
there was one thing that I did want to say, and this was the part that did 2 parts that frustrated me. One, if you are going to be booking an excursion to the Vatican, I will not say whether or not you should, but if you are going to do it, one thing you should absolutely look up in advance and be 100% certain is the dress code. There is a specific dress code for how you need to look when you go into the Vatican, and it is not always consistent. They do sometimes change it. I ended up in a lot of pain by the end of the day because I was told that I had to wear nice long dress pants, of which I did not have many, and the ones that I did have were uncomfortable, only to discover as I was already waiting in line that most people were wearing shorts and I did not need to go through any of that, so I ended up in a lot of pain that day for no reason. But there are times where they will make you dress like that to go into the Vatican.
I guess it depends if there's like maybe some activity or the
I think the
Pope or-
politics or stuff are
Something,
changed
yeah.
depending on
Yeah,
who's there.
I was-
depending on the Pope's mood that
Yeah,
day.
I was upset too because I mean I didn't go with dress pants. I would have died. I did wear jeans. I still died. I'm not a jeans person. I wear jeans every now. I don't even wear jeans here. I always wear shorts. So when I went there, and I went down with shorts when I went to the, I'm like, they're like, it's there's a dress code. I'm like, what? And I was already with my shorts. I'm like, yeah. no, I had to change. I got my jeans just to be on the safer side. I really felt bad for you. I'm so sorry.
I was in so much pain by
It was
that
bad.
day.
It was really bad, and we were doing a lot of walking, and it was an all-day
And-
thing. You were with those pants since morning to the end. I'm like,
And compounding with all of this is not only just like the repetition and size of the Vatican, but also in order to leave the Vatican, you must first pass through, at a minimum, 4 different gift shops.
oh yeah. I mean,
Like it
That
is,
was at the very end.
it's kind of the worst part of the excursion because they rush you through all of the rooms that you want to be in, all the rooms with history and legacy
To that.
and painting and meaning,
then-
to then dump you at the gift shop and say, okay, you have 2 hours here, roam around freely. And it's like, they basically just try and speed you to the part where you start giving money to the Vatican.
Now, we did end up in a really nice place after that, you know, so shout out to the taxi driver.
Yeah,
that's where the dinner. That's where we were.
yeah,
So
he
yeah.
recommended us a very lovely family-owned restaurant. It's like a very small corner. A lot of people seem to know it because it was special enough to have like a really big, robust outdoor dining area.
Yes.
But it was absolutely lovely. It was a perfect way to cap off the entire day.
It
And
was insane. Like the
I
kitchen,
I liked the food.
Oh my god, the food was good. Everything was so like compact and like right there. It
It
felt
felt
like
like a little home. Like,
Yes,
it's like somebody's
yes.
home.
It felt like
the
if
kitchen. So at one point I went to the bathroom and I'm like, so I because the bathroom's like right there with the kitchen. I'm looking at the kitchen. I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
like, it
looks
looks
it
so,
was
like-
somebody's home.
Yeah, I'm just like, what?
And there's very minimal seating inside because
Yeah.
everything over there in Rome or in Europe is outside seating. I will say that when our taxi driver, because we had a different taxi driver, you know, at the beginning of our trip to Rome, and he advised us of a restaurant which was in the corner of where this other restaurant was.
Mhm.
And the taxi, no, don't go there. You know, everybody used to go there. I'm gonna take you to a place
To a
where it's
spot.
great. And I felt a little weird because he talked to the people, got the you know, he didn't
Mhm.
have to do that, but the taxi
He got out of the car. He went
Yeah.
in. He's like, hey.
he did the whole
He probably set our reservation. He said,
that guy was a hero.
Yeah, he definitely like set everything up, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are good. Whenever they open, you guys are ready to eat." I'm like,
But how did you feel when he left and there was like nobody there?
"Yeah, we were so yeah." Oh, he said, "Well, because he dropped us off.
Yeah.
They haven't opened yet. They were about to open."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I already spoke to the owner and whatever. They're gonna take you guys once they're open. So once they're
And
open,
we
just
didn't wait a long
nope,
time.
we
Nope.
did not."
But guys, it was funny because by the time he went into the restaurant, talked to whoever, he said, "Oh, there's a little thing here. You guys can go there and sit around. And at 7 o'clock, come back." There was not even a single living soul around there, only us.
It was peaceful.
Next
That
thing
was
you know, it was like around 7, right, Martine? I think it was. And we come back out, and there's a line
A line of people, like a lot, like full packed. I'm like, "What is this?"
Where did these people
Yeah,
come
where
from?
did these people come from? And then if you could see the videos, you see when we're walking.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we're walking, and then we get to see the other restaurants and get to see like the nightlife in that area, and it's really super.
Martine, what did you think about that restaurant?
So I liked it. It's like sitting in the person's dining room.
Like
Oh, that-
very,
And the food was so
yeah,
good.
very ma and pop, very,
Reminds me of Grandma's house.
very.
Now, I will say, and this is a conversation Jesse and I had on the way out, because we were gonna walk back to our to our Best Western hotel, but because of the situation we had with Jaden, that he was in a lot of pain, we ended up having to take a taxi, which is a good thing. That we
Yeah,
took a
I'm
taxi.
glad we did. Yeah.
But it was funny because as you guys, if you guys are watching the vlog, at least for the Vatican vlog, then you'll see how Jeffy and I are having a conversation when we're walking through that little alleyway, and there's a whole bunch of other restaurants. But there was one in particular
Oh, they had a long
that caught our eye that the line was ridiculous.
was long. Yeah.
So I told Jeffy maybe another time when we come back,
We'll go there.
have to try that one.
Yep.
Because if that line is that big, it's because something
Good is going on.
Yeah.
And that concludes our day at the Vatican. All right, next up is our first excursion in Messina. We went to a very historic church that has a gorgeous clockwork display at the very front of it that has been maintained for, I think, centuries.
Yeah. That was fun because we did a segment in Across the Waves about Messina. I did that one on purpose because I wanted to like see what we had going on before going. And I'm actually pretty happy that we did that. That was beautiful. I think that clock tower, those 10 minutes, were amazing. I wish everybody would just be quiet and listen instead of just talking. You guys could see it in the video. We tried to do the entire 10 minutes. I know it was tiring. I know you were tired. I was tired. Holding our recording stuff and just trying to get as best as we could. Pictures and everything. But I found it beautiful. The inside had a lot of relics. That Martine was talking about the hand. You remember that?
What do you think about that?
Well, the relics. I didn't realize they actually had
People parts. It's
the
gonna
bones. Yeah, bones of saints.
They were very nice looking relics.
Yeah, everything was really nice. I feel like
There was one relic that looked like a face.
Yeah.
I took a bunch of pictures of that.
so it was nice. It was our first like cathedral kind of. Well, no, because we went to
That
Vatican. I like.
Yeah.
But it was like our first feel of what like European, like that kind of style. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I was happy because we had already did that segment, and the weather was perfect.
It was a
The weather
very
was
beautiful day.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That plaza right there has Plaza Duomo. I think that's the name of it. The fountain, that little fountain that was next to it, which was shut down. But you can see it in the video. It was just beautiful. It was.
It was different.
I
It
really
was
enjoyed it.
different. To know the history that church at one point in time burned,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that really what happened.
Yeah.
The church got burned, they rebuilt it, and then
And
they
then-
built the clock tower.
Yeah.
And for those of you, if you're ever visiting Messina, I do encourage you to see those 10 minutes of the clock tower. It's very hard to see.
Yeah, it's at 12. I think it's at 12 noon.
Yeah.
It's pretty close to the port.
It's at 12 noon, and it's walkable. Yes, it is very
Yeah.
walkable. That's
From the port. Mhm.
Yes, so definitely Messina, the entire like area of Messina where we went was nice. Walkable, everything, like pictures and everything. It was really
Gelato is really good.
It was. I had so much gelato during this entire trip. It was so good. If that's one thing that I really, really wish I could just have right now, other than that pizza I was talking about earlier, some gelato or like one of those slushies that they had over there.
And
Ooh.
Granita.
yeah, those were
Yeah. I miss those already.
Well, I like the clock tower, you know, the animatronics, because they had the mechanisms where you'd see the lion roaring, the
rooster. It was a rooster.
on there, you see the different prophets.
The angels, the resurrection of Jesus. I think that was one of them.
So you see all these different things, and it's interesting, you know, how long those have been in place, and
Right.
they're supposed to be some of the best upkept.
Upkept. I think it's the only one actually that functions that way.
Yeah.
The clock right now that functions that way.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah.
So that was pretty interesting, and then the inside of the church, all the different relics.
Yeah.
You know, because it was I guess a high point or a point of interest.
Right.
for-
Those were donations, right? It's like donations
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff that they were getting. Yeah. So definitely go check out those vlogs if you haven't. It's really good. It's really interesting.
Right.
So after that, we did the whole Fanta. Remember the Fanta?
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
Fanta
The self-
Yeah.
adventure. Little Fanta drink.
The self-serve store. I still remember that place very fondly. I think if there's any place that I would want to go back to, I think Messina is definitely it. I had such a good time there. It was so nice.
It was a good excursion. They took us to a point where it's the closest point to where the boot
starts.
where the boot is. So if you know, Italy is like a boot, and then
You didn't get to touch it.
Sicily, the corner of the boot. Is the,
Yeah. You didn't take a picture? Touch
I
it?
did, yeah. Yeah, there is a picture we're doing this, touching the point. So Sicily, of course, it's an island next to Italy, and there's only like 2 miles, I think, the stretch between the tip of the boot and then Sicily, and that's where our tour went, and we saw that, and it was really interesting.
It was really interesting.
being so close, you know. So
It's very pretty.
it's beautiful.
That's a beautiful port. I
It's
really enjoyed it.
beautiful, yes.
I do.
The nuts and all of that stuff that we bought, like when we went.
Oh yeah.
That's where that
Yeah.
was.
I picked the excursion for that one, and it was I really loved
You
it.
did good. You did good. You did good. There was a spot that they took us to this higher area where you could see the ship.
Yeah,
That was also really nice. I enjoyed that as well.
it was very pretty and relaxing.
Yeah, it was. So definitely go check that one out if you haven't. That was Messina
Think about it. Jaden was still complaining in Messina
about the Vatican.
about the Vatican.
Yeah.
No, we had to cut that from the video actually.
Oh yeah, we edited out. So we edited that
Yeah,
out
there-
just to not like.
You guys didn't have to see it, thankfully, but when we got up to that big, like, little temple area on top of the hill, Mom decided to record me and ask what my thoughts were. And the first thing I said was, this was so much nicer than the Vatican. And she had to cut the footage and tell me that we're not talking about that right now.
Yeah, it was funny.
Well, Messina is really nice.
Yeah.
Very
We
relaxing.
did not try the Sicily pizza. We did not
So
try
yeah,
that.
for all that we didn't. We did not. I was happy. Yeah, I know. I was so happy because I could finally have like picture it, Sicily,
I know.
1912. I'm so happy. But yeah, other than that, they had Pride because it was June.
Yeah.
So we stayed.
Yeah, because we came back to the ship.
Yes. Our
And then-
excursion was over. Then
I
we
think
ended
we had lunch, right? In the
Yeah,
ship?
so we came back to the ship, and then we didn't really have anything to do. We still had a few hours on the port, and then we saw that this big, huge.
Parade?
It wasn't a parade. It was first.
there
It was like a float. Yeah, it was like people rounding up, and they had their pride flags and stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, cool. And then we found where they were gathering,
Right.
and it's very different from Pride over here. Maybe at least the prides that I've been to. You know, they have the floats over there. It's actually a parade. Like
Right.
people march.
Right.
So it's just one float, one big like flatbed with music and balloons and a DJ and blah blah blah, and then everybody just walks along and dances and have a good time.
I ended up missing it because I was taking a nap.
You were in the ship, and then we were there for just a little bit too. Like
It was a lot of fun.
it was fun. We
a
were
lot.
listening, jamming to music, just dancing, talking, and you guys get to see a little bit of that on the vlog as well. So
And that wraps up our time in Messina. Next up, we have the Pearls of Portofino. Go on.
Oh my
You're gonna
god,
be
that was
starting.
my best excursion.
yes, it was.
This is my favorite port, I will say.
Mhm.
One very memorable for me. It is just so picturesque when you are leaving the beautiful Celebrity Ascent. You know, think about it. You're leaving this amazing ship. You get on this really cool $1 million tender boat. Yes, because that's how much it costs to make one.
Those were some nice boats.
Those are nice boats.
And you're in air condition, it has TV, and next thing you know, as the little tender is coming into the port, you don't get to see the port immediately. And when it turns that peak of a corner, it's just this majestic, beautiful little city just hidden away in that huge mountain.
Mhm.
It is breathtaking, something that I've never in my entire life has seen. So Portofino, you have my
You
heart.
have my heart as well. I would. say.
Portofino was
It's
gorgeous.
expensive,
All right.
but we did a short excursion called the Three Pearls because we visited Rapallo and we visited Margarita.
Right. So how it works is it's these three towns or cities that are super close to each other. They're not that far away. You could either take the ferry or you could drive. And then our excursion was the Three Pearls, so it'll be like you said, Portofino, Rapallo, and Margarita. Yes. So, but definitely Portofino has a special spot for me as
I
well.
do have a pro tip as a travel advisor because you know I go to these places and I learn, and I like to bring those tips out to you guys so that you guys will not make the same mistakes that we did. So we purchased this excursion, the Three Pearls, through Celebrity Cruises. Great. It was an expensive excursion because all of these excursions in Europe are expensive for those of you that have been there. And if you've never been, they're expensive. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this excursion was about $170 per person.
I feel like all of our excursions, I think the least expensive was what, maybe $90,
Yeah.
I think, or 80 something dollars.
But it was supposed to be, well, not was supposed to be, it was an excursion where you dock in Portofino, you get on a little boat, and this boat takes you to Rapallo, and then you get back on the boat and takes you to Margarita, and then you get back on the boat and come back to Portofino. You waste all of your time getting off and off of that ship because think about it, it's not just our group in Celebrity, it was about 300 people trying to fit in this
In the
boat
ferry,
thingy,
the
the
ferry, yeah.
ferry,
Mhm.
to take you to Rapallo, get all these people off. Then everybody had like a tour guide, and then everybody has to get into tour guide, meet up. Then you only had like 45 minutes there,
Not even.
and it was
less.
back and forth. We
Yeah.
wasted so much time. It felt like if you were there 5 minutes out of the 45 because you have to wait everybody to get off, get back on, get off. So I will say that if you ever go to Portofino or Margarita or Rapallo, you can actually do it on your own, or you can take the bus. They can take you to each different ports of call because you know you can do that as well. So that'll be cheaper if you do it on your own. It's $18 the ferry, and then $18, 18 euros,
18 euros.
per person for the ferry, and then you can be however many hours you want there, get back on the ferry, do Rapallo, and then Portofino.
Right, which would probably be the same thing if you do it on your own, because you still have to wait to,
Yeah.
get on, wait for the ferry to
Yeah,
fill
but
out,
you
then
didn't
get
have to
off,
wait for everybody.
for it to
Yeah.
get together
To
at
get
the
together.
end. Right.
The wait for the tour guide to organize everyone, especially because the tour itself wasn't anything that we couldn't have done on our own. Like the first stop on the tour was literally just going up a path on the hill to a church, and that's probably the first thing I would have done if I was there by myself, because it's such a neat looking little path.
Oh, you mean, okay.
The beginning, you're saying?
Yeah,
in Puerto
and
Rico.
one other thing, because this happened to my sister, because she was like doing the excursion because she saw an interesting part that she wanted to go to because it had like this picture of a little castle on it.
Yeah.
That castle is not part of the excursion. You have to
Well,
go there
wait,
yourself.
No, that
No?
castle was
What?
part of the
Oh,
excursion.
was.
It was mentioned.
Because it was mentioned on our excursion, and we never even went to the castle.
It was like,
Now.
oh, there it is. That's the castle. You guys could see it, and then
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
we gotta
We
go.
didn't even
I'm
go
like,
next to it.
No, yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
they
saying.
don't-
I'm
they
like,
don't-
oh, that's the castle. Okay, we go this way now. I'm like, wait, what?
I will give a shout out to Celebrity, because Celebrity knows that I am their #1 fan. Shout out to Celebrity, if you're watching this. You guys did me a solid, because I did complain about this specific excursion because the amount of money that you actually paid and everything that you got to see, it was so fast and that you really didn't even get to see what
Right.
you needed to go see.
Right. So yeah.
Especially that castle, because it mentioned the castle.
Yes.
We saw it from a far distance, which you're gonna see it because if you saw the vlog, or if maybe you can
It's
go
mentioned.
back,
It's mentioned.
it's mentioned on the blog. So I will say, they gave us a percentage back of our excursion. They wrote it down, but our tour guide, horrible.
Was not good. Yeah,
Horrible.
she was not that good. Again,
He left us behind.
yeah, she left us behind. She would sometimes ramble about stuff or get annoyed and kind of like.
Mhm.
She really, I don't think she knew the area.
Yeah, I think she was pretty new, which is fine. That's okay. But again, we already had that bad experience. But it literally took us 40 minutes to get on the ferry,
Yeah.
get there, get off the ferry. 40 minutes and then 20 minutes in the city.
Right.
So you're walking 20 minutes, taking pictures real quick, getting back on the ferry, which is another 40 minutes to get off in the next city.
It's a whole mess.
Walk 20 minutes and then get back. Like we spend more time on the ferries and
Than
waiting
we
than
did.
actually exploring, which is my critique about the excursion per se. She wasn't really knowledgeable, or like how you mentioned. So yeah, we were kind of like let down, especially for the amount of money that we paid. I think that was,
Oh, I do have a pro
Yeah.
tip. If you need to use the restroom, please make sure you do it before the ferry decides to go, because these two right here disappear on all of us.
what
And then
happened was.
I was the one waiting, and the whole boat is getting filled, and I'm like, oh my god, we're not gonna make it now.
I was with
I
Sophie.
was-
Who was I with?
I was told there
You
was
were with Sophie.
Yeah, I was waiting with. I'm like, where is everybody? Why is nobody here?
I was told that there was going to be an additional 10 to 15 minutes before the ferry even showed up and began to fill, which is why I went to the bathroom. And turns out the rushing people ahead thing was going to be persistent throughout the entire day.
Oh,
Now-
and Portofino, make sure you take euros to use the restroom.
Yeah, they do charge you.
You have something to say about
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
whole thing? Because I know you have something to say.
About the euros that you need to use for the bathroom.
I know. That's the other thing. You gotta be sure you have them, because if you don't have them, you ain't
You're
getting
screwed. You ain't going in. Yeah.
on there. And
So what do you think about this stuff? What are your thoughts?
I like Portofino itself.
Yeah.
Because it's very picturesque. It's what
Yeah.
you would imagine on postcards.
Yeah.
That they,
Yes.
You're coming in and you see the beautiful little town.
The town, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
the bay.
I
It's nice.
I agree. Yes, it's very Pinterest. It's something that you only see like you've mentioned in postcards. I didn't know that they were inspired. Luca was inspired
Yeah.
in Portofino. So, yeah.
I will say one thing. Thank you, Sophie, for pushing us
Oh,
to
yeah.
go to the Castle Brown.
Yes.
That was a whole haul in itself, at least for me. It was a haul in itself, but actually when I got up there, it was
Great.
amazing.
We were at the other side of Portofino when we decided to go there. Well, when Sophie was like, "Oh, but I want to go, I'm like, "Fine, I guess we'll go." And I'm actually glad that we did.
Yeah.
It was a walk.
You do pay, I think, €8.
Yes, you have to pay €8 to get inside
Per
the castle.
person,
Yes. But it's totally worth it. Like if you have the €8,
It's totally
it's
worth it.
totally worth it. The way there, it's not.
You could do two ways.
Yes.
It's up in the all the way up at the cliff.
It's a
top.
yes, but it's so beautiful, guys.
You
Like
could go the
views.
stairways, which I do suggest to do, because the other side is all like rocky.
Yes, so we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the way that we did it was like more ramp, stairs,
Yeah.
straight forward. The other one is winding down the back cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
So
more.
we went up
yeah.
one side and we came back down the
Yeah.
rocky side, which it was great because it was coming down.
Right.
But make sure you take good shoes to walk and all of that stuff, because you're gonna unless you go the same way you came, then that's a different story. But I just love this.
If you're going to Europe, bring some walking shoes for the entire thing.
Shoes that you have used, that you have weighed, that they're like
Yeah.
that you've bred, that you've already.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that should do it for Portofino.
There's still some other things I'd like to add,
Oh,
Okay.
especially at Portofino,
okay.
because the favorite stores were there.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I was surprised that you didn't mention that.
What favorite store?
Well, for my lovely wife, we had Louis Vuitton,
Yeah.
and the women's store,
Yeah.
and they also had
Dolce Gabbana.
They had Dolce Gabbana.
They have Prada there.
Which we saw.
Dior.
Dolce Gabbana had their
Their
Vespa,
own, yeah.
so you get to see their Vespa on there.
And they have a restaurant too.
So yeah, definitely go check those out. That was a nice experience. We actually did go to both of the Louis Vuitton stores. So one of them is for men's, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
The other one is women's, and both of them were beautiful.
I will say, if you are a person that likes, a little bit of high-end things, those are the places to go and
There you go.
purchase.
Christian Dior.
Because Jeffy and I did not buy it, but there was a very nice purse over there, which if you're interested in maybe a collectible item, or maybe to buy and then to resell, this would have been a great thing to do. And this is off the whole vlog thing, or our review, but I'm just going to give you some information just in case if you guys are like me. They had a really nice black bag, which here in the United States it was about $8,000 American. Over there it was 5,000 euro, less the VAT tax that you take off. But if that's something that maybe you buy over there and you resell it over here, you probably make some money.
That purse was beautiful.
Yeah, that one.
That was beautiful. But yeah, there we go. I think we have all Portofino right now. Woo!
Now we're done with Portofino. Okay, so next up we have Lucca and the Leaning Tower of Pisa, one of which is a very nice site.
Which one? What was that?
Okay, that sounds a bit weird when I say it. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is one of those, must-see things, but honestly, I actually kind of preferred Lucca. I thought it was a very nice little city. A small part of it is built out of the remains of a way smaller, like, Colosseum kind of thing. Once you go inside of it, you can really see it. It's kind of fascinating how they've completely reshaped it into just like practically a little plaza.
Yeah, it was. There were condos, I think, right? Those were condos.
Yeah, it's very nice. I really liked Lucca. I wish I had more to say about that day in particular, because it really is just a very pretty city. It was a nice walk. We had some good food there. I had a really nice big old pizza, and my sister had this huge monster steak that you cook on a big rock that they give to you. It's awesome.
It's shortly. It shows on the video very shortly, but
Yeah.
it does show. For this particular port, we stopped at La Spezia, which is the name of the actual port, and then that's where you drive to wherever you're gonna go.
Right.
La Spezia is not really like a port where you visit, like a port of call. They should just go and walk around. So from there, you either go to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which was what we did, or you go to Florence. So they also give you the option to go to Florence in this port.
I will add to that, and this is something that I also brought on to Celebrity, because our ticket actually said Florence, Pisa.
Oh, I did?
It did. And
I was looking forward.
we were looking, I thought that's where we were going. We were going to Florence. And next
Oh.
thing you know, we went to La Spezia. And I'm like, wait a minute. So when are we going to Florence? Yep. If you look at the ticket,
Oh, so I'll
it
check
said
it out.
Florence, Pisa
All right.
on it.
I'll check it out because I saw it as that. I saw it at the port La Spezia, and then you either had the option to go to Florence or you had the option to go to Pisa, and I think that's how it was.
Right.
But yeah, no, but then, yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
Now, to add really quickly, and it's so cool to do this review with the family. It's weird when I do it on my own or we do it together, but when you do it with the family, everybody captures something completely separate.
Different, right?
And it truly blesses my heart because my son is here that I did a really good job of taking not only all of us over there, but it's like one of those things that I can tell that he really enjoyed it. He actually was paying attention to what he was seeing as well as Sophie. But one of the cool things that I don't know you guys haven't mentioned that on the way there to Luca, and you're on the highway, you can see the actual marble mines.
Oh, true.
And
I forgot about that.
It was just breathtaking. It looked like if they were mountains of like
Cars,
snow,
yeah.
because they were white, and all of that stuff is marble. And where it takes you, I think the name was Carrera. I think it was the name of the area.
Yes.
And she was explaining, which she was a great tour.
She was very.
Oh my gosh, she was amazing. God bless her.
That tour guide is good.
And she was explaining that till today, their prices are still the same for that marble slab that you guys buy to put in your house. They still pay the exact same amount because there's a contract that they have from back in the time, because it doesn't go up, so they're not really making any money. We over here making more money than what they get.
Right, because you're buying it at their price,
Right.
their flat price.
It's a flat price that it has been established for
For years.
many generations back. So
Exactly.
continue.
But yeah, she was really knowledgeable. I do agree with that.
They had a great.
She was really good, yeah. And like what you said, when it comes to Luca, the big tunnel that we went through, the city walls,
That
she
was
said it was
really
like, I don't know how many feet deep. I was like, this is insane. You
It's-
build a wall this thick?
It's such a cool city. I feel like more people should talk about it. I really liked it.
Yeah, Luca was a really nice,
Luca was very
good
nice.
gem, a nice gem that we were like, oh, okay.
And what can be said about the Leaning Tower of Pisa that hasn't basically been said by everyone else who's been there? It's a tower.
Say something about the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I will say again, as a travel advisor, please guys, whenever you're traveling, stay safe, because we saw a lot of people climbing into things just to get a picture.
Yeah.
God forbid, you fall down, you break a leg, something happens, and you don't have travel insurance.
Yeah.
Things like that can happen. Make sure you keep your kids on the floor taking pictures or whatever. Keep in mind that it's not just your family, it's thousands of people going to see, and it's on a daily
Yeah,
basis.
people are pushing and shoving.
Also, one thing that we learned from our amazing tour person was to make sure you keep all your belongings to your front, nothing on your pockets, because there's a lot of people out there pickpocketing and stuff like that.
That was,
We didn't get to see any, at least in
We
Pisa.
did
Not in Pisa.
There's a part of the vlog which is funny. You guys could see where I had my bag.
Yeah.
It was in my
Yeah.
car,
What do you think about
which
that?
I always have it.
I mean, like you said, pizza itself, it's a nice tower, and if you pay extra, you can actually go up to
Correct.
the top and
Yeah.
see it. But just watching all the people trying to take that unique, picture.
There
So
you
they're
hit the
lifting
spot.
their kids, they're standing on the wall, they're standing on fences,
Yeah.
they're leaning, they're on the ground.
Correct. I feel like, I agree with you. I was gonna say that, like trying to get the perfect picture.
Yeah.
You lose sense of security or sense of what you're doing.
Right.
So I see that part.
I gotta say, going to the Leaning Tower itself had kind of the opposite effect of the Colosseum. With the Colosseum, when I went there, I was like, oh my god, it's so much bigger than I expected it to be. When I went to the tower, I kind of had this feeling of like, wait, that's it?
I
Yeah.
was gonna say that, so I didn't want to sound too negative. I studied this thing again. Yes.
You kind of expect it to be like 400
I thought-
feet tall or
It's
something.
gonna be bigger, but again, it's just a bell tower. I mean, how big is it?
Right.
Yeah.
But the way that it's represented in history and in movies and everything's like, wow, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and you get there like, oh, okay,
It's-
yeah.
When you get there and it's
You feel like you could hug it, like.
Well, it's better than
you get there and it's kind of cute. Like, I don't know how else to put it. It's
Yeah.
cute. It's
Now,
small.
for those of you that don't know, and
that's
that's one
very
of the
clean.
things that the tour guide was telling us, that the other ones are also leaning slightly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Slightly.
There's a slight
But
degree, yeah.
you have to see it at a specific angle to notice the slight.
All the other it helps that all of the other buildings are a lot thicker and more square, so it's way harder to notice that they're leaning, whereas the tower is a very tall cylinder, so you can see it easily.
Yeah.
And
I feel like also let me interrupt you. The way that it looks. I feel like, I don't know if it was recently clean. I don't know if it was recently or
It looked really nice.
it looked brand new,
It
and I'm
looked
looking
brand
at it. I'm like,
Yeah, it looked really
is
bright.
this okay? Because
see-
opposite of the Coliseum has broken sections. And, You
Yeah.
know what I mean? As opposed to this.
yeah, secretly
looks
they
nicer.
actually just they put a new tower there.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, it keeps falling over when nobody's looking, so they have to put a new tower
Yeah,
there.
they probably did. They probably put fresh cement on it or something.
We got anything else?
Yeah, the other thing is the tower itself is only one of the structures that's there. They have two other buildings.
Yeah, the ones that are also leaning.
Yeah, the cathedral and the basilica.
Yeah.
The
Baptistry, I believe is.
I think,
the
yeah.
referring to it, but those are also very nice.
Oh, yeah, they're impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
So before we finish this section, which one was your favorite
Out of what?
out of Pisa and Lucca?
Out. It's hard. It's hard because I like Luca because of what it offered. Pisa was a little underwhelming. I think that's where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Because I had high hopes for Pisa, and then when I got there, I'm like, oh, okay. Luca was something new and different that I didn't explore, so I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is really cute. So that's
And you, Jada?
fine.
I liked Luca a lot more. I'm a game dev, not an architect, so for me the tower was just kind of cute.
Okay.
To me, I like Lucca more. It was just cute. It was
Yeah.
a little cute area to go. Definitely, I would suggest you guys go visit it.
Yeah, I like Luca because when you got there, you walk around and it feels historical. A lot of the older buildings were there. I was listening to the history about how they've got their own towers that are represented throughout the city about family
Right.
on there. And you got to see one of the stores that they had was the silk that
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
that they were.
Martina and I were debating, should we get one, should we not, and then the lady said, let's go. I said, we're not.
Yeah.
I know, 'cause they actually had the loom and they were weaving?
Yeah.
Weaving.
She was, yeah, that was
scarves.
that was nice.
Out there. Those were nice, and they had the different historical stores on there.
Okay.
Those were nice.
Nice. All right, so there you go.
All right, next up comes our trip to Cannes, where we had the perfume factory excursion and also the city on the mountain of St. Paul de Vence. Now, I was a little zoned out this day. The perfume must have gotten to me. So, admittedly, I've got nothing to add, and I will be leaving this one up to my co-hosts.
Give me that. All right, so
Here you go. You can even take
cons. Thank you. Okay. You enjoy whatever you're doing. Okay. So
Had a woody.
that's it. Yeah, it was woodsy. I don't know. Okay, so cons. Let's see. Now that part of us left, I enjoyed it. I feel that we didn't explore cons. Let's just be honest. We did not do that. We did not do that. We went to what was the? Oh my gosh.
Another excursion that
We wish it would have been different.
descripted on the excursion
Yes.
part of it.
Yes, because we thought, or the idea was that it was going to be a perfume.
A perfume.
We were going to create a perfume, and it was going to be. Let me move over here. We were going to create a perfume. We were going to create a perfume or do our own thing. It ended up being that we visited our perfume factory, which was fine, but it was just them trying to sell us perfumes. I mean, they showed you the entire thing, and then you get to they're like, oh yeah, buy our perfumes. I'm like, okay, so are we not gonna do our own? We were all looking like, so we're not doing our own? Because that's what the description said.
Actually, I don't know about you, but when I woke up that morning, and I was actually really looking forward to building my own perfume.
Right, yeah.
You, Jackie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and
Everything that's
the tinker, yeah. So I wasn't mad at it. I mean, it was nice. The whole process was beautiful. You guys, again, check the vlog. It was really cool. What I would have preferred, and I think we discussed this, was swapping it. Because St. Paul de Vence was beautiful.
I think that should have been the first place.
Yes.
And this should have been the
And then the perfume should have been later. Because we didn't have much time in St. Paul de Vence because we had to drive back. That was another thing. that these places are hours, like an hour and a half away from the actual port. So then, you know, it takes time also. So when we got to San Paul de Vence, stuff happened. We were fine, stuff happened. Jackie couldn't continue to see the city. I went with Jaden up to a certain section, and then I'm like, just give me the camera and I'll just go. I literally walked. So there's a part of the vlog, if you haven't seen or if you get to see it, it's just walking, seeing what's around. Because I was trying to hurry up because we were ready to leave. They were like, we were short on time. So I just went boop, 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 literally, but it looks beautiful. And I wish that would be something that we could have explored.
I agree.
Had something to, like a gelato, maybe something from there. Because I saw people with ice creams and I'm like, damn, that looks so cute. Maybe take more pictures, more family pictures and whatnot, and maybe read a little bit about the history, because they did have like little, like whenever there was something that was important or historical, it had like a little plate or something that you would read.
And it was very historical.
It was. It's
a fort
Mhm.
city.
Yes.
On top of a
Yeah.
hill.
Martina and I didn't really get to see it. We only saw the entrance of it.
right.
And then that's where Martina and I, you know, well, this is what happened. This is our community, and I had a little bit of a situation, a personal situation, with my daughter, and I needed to take care of that for her. So she wasn't feeling all good that day.
Yeah.
And it just like he said, if San Paul de Vence would have been the first thing and we would have spent more time, I think it would have given us a lot more to understand and kind of like the historical part of it, because it's super beautiful.
Beautiful.
And it's so majestic.
Yes.
You can see.
Yes.
The little bit that I saw, because all I saw was, you see, when you're looking at the vlog, I'm coming in and I'm explaining the bocce, this, that, the
Yes.
other. And then next thing you know, it cuts there when we're entering, and then he took.
And then I just took the camera and strolled because that was it.
Good. So
Yeah.
I told Jeffy here, just record what you can record. I got to take care of her. And that's really what happened. Unfortunately, we didn't really, well, I don't know if you got to see a little bit more than I did, but I didn't get to see it.
Yeah.
And it was sad because as we're driving out in the van, in
the bus.
I could see it from far in the mountain, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't
Yeah.
get to see this part.
Yeah.
But a lot of traffic. We got to the port late because we were the last people.
Oh my God, yes.
People on the port, they were waiting for us.
They were waiting for us. The ship left, I think, was supposed to leave at 5:30. We got there literally at 5:28, I think.
Yeah.
That's when we literally got to the port and get off the bus. They were waiting for us.
Yeah.
They
And
were
then
waiting
we
for
had
us.
to take, we had to take a
Tender.
tender,
The
right?
tender boat, yeah.
Now, I will say, if you're looking at the vlog, one cool thing that I really enjoyed about this vlog was they actually have a red carpet as you're coming.
Oh,
in.
yeah.
That was really cute.
That was
Something
fun.
Completely different
Yeah.
than anything else. And yeah, it was just unfortunately, you know, things happen and you get sick and stuff like that. But I know that one day when we visit there again, I think that I would just go to San Paul de Vence.
Yes.
De Vence.
San Paul de Vence, yes. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah.
And just spend the day there versus going to a perfume factory that we really didn't even make our own perfume.
Correct, yeah, I agree.
We did buy our own.
Oh, you guys did?
We did buy. What did you buy?
See? Nothing.
Ah, we bought our own perfume. What did you buy? Nothing. All right, well, I guess somebody decided to come back.
Overall, very pretty city, but their ice cream's a bit too expensive for me, and the perfume makes my head spin.
Oh my God.
Yes, this time I'm going to add a pro tip. If you're going to get an excursion, the good thing about getting an excursion through the cruise line is that they will wait for you. Just like this one time.
Yeah, so,
We were running late.
yeah.
Very late.
So like we said, we were really running late, and thank God that we really booked this through the cruise line, because they have to wait
Did
for
you
us.
imagine?
That would have been crazy if we would not.
I know. I said we would have been kind of cruises by now.
Yeah.
But I remember.
Oh, we were in France. So yeah, we were in France. Oui.
Yeah, we could have just gone to the next port.
There you go.
But
Silliness.
There's pro tip though, pro tip.
Book your cruises through
The
the
cruise
cruise
line.
line.
There you go.
there you go.
Okay, home. So, who wants to start with Palma?
Palma de Mallorca. Is
I
that
wanted to start
Spanish?
with Palma. Palma is a beautiful port, I can say. I really fell in love with Palma. Their people are amazing there. I will say that when you get to the port, it's a long port to walk. It is long. And then once you walk that elongated port, then you have to make this another elongated line to get a taxi to get you to Palma. Now, if you're doing an excursion through any cruise that you're doing, that's something completely different. We didn't purchase an excursion because what we were trying to do, it was cheaper to do it on our own.
Yes.
And it was like if you were far from the port at all, because you were about maybe 15 minutes away from the port by vehicle. And our excursion, we wanted to check out one of the amazing churches there, and I think we ended up paying like $10 a person. So technically our taxi was about $20 or 20 euros, and then $10 each versus paying $125 for the same excursion to take you to the same exact place and then bring you back.
Yeah, that was one.
That was a pro tip.
Yeah, that was one that we did on our own because we saw, we compared prices, because that's kind of sort of what we did throughout the entire thing too. Doing things on our own or comparing prices, we did. Then for this particular one, it was definitely better doing it on our own.
Right.
And the it wasn't that far away either.
It wasn't. It was maybe like 15 minutes away from it.
Right.
It was very cool because the taxis have a place where they all come through and you make a line, so you don't have to be worrying about any of that stuff. It's super safe, very super clean. The only funny part was that they have a lot of, not how would you call the vendor people, the people that just,
oh my god,
they sell purses.
So in this case, what happened was when we finally made it to the cathedral, which is where we're going, right? The Cathedral of Mallorca, I guess on the outskirts, you have the licensed, there you go, the licensed vendors.
No, the unlicensed.
No, you have the license, and then further in, yes, like you were saying, so further in, then you have the unlicensed one. And then
they got all their stuff on a big ol', I gotta admit.
Well, it's on the blog.
Yeah, it's on the vlog, but I gotta admit, their setup is actually pretty smart because they know they're not supposed to be there. So they have all their stuff on this big tarp, right? And what happens is, whenever a policeman comes by to tell them that they gotta get moving.
No, the police don't even tell them. They can see them and then they just.
Yeah, the police just starts walking and they just quick up, and then as soon as the first one picks up, everybody starts bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah, it's like the moment the first policeman gets within eyesight of any of them, they can grab all four corners, wrap it up, haul it over their shoulder, and get out of there in an instant.
Now, I will add to this. This is
very efficient.
Because I've actually seen it on other people's vlogs. You're not going to see that on ours because it didn't happen here. But I actually talked to Jeff, and I mentioned to Jeff that sometimes, there's unfortunate situations that happen. These vendors, they sell their own things to make a living. It's hustling out there. And sometimes as they're picking everything up because they're picking and running. So sometimes some of these products might fall and they have to just leave it there and keep going. So you might be in a place like that where you might get something.
You may be lucky that you may be grabbing something from the floor, which I mean, it's funny. We laugh about it, but it's still like
it's a messed up situation.
Yes,
it's so beautiful. It's a lot. It was just a lot to see.
Yes.
On there, it was very pretty, and it's only like $10, 10 euros is what it's going to cost you. Do it on online. Don't wait until you get there because there's not a kiosk that you can purchase these tickets through.
They have they have to scan. Yeah, they scan. You scan the QR code and then you purchase it. So it's literally the same thing.
Yeah, it was nice. The cathedral itself was nice,
yes.
But it was kind of an interesting. I don't know. What would you say? Experience seeing all these vendors, and all of a sudden they start grabbing stuff and running.
I was wondering what happened at first, because it's like I saw one guy run past me and then all of them kind of like turned their head immediately and they all started grabbing everything and they get up and they run and exactly, and I'm wondering what's going on, and I see just this big huge police officer just stomping through the area, and I'm just like, that explains.
And they're just grabbing these white what do you call it, tarps, and just running around. But the cathedral itself was very beautiful. Yeah. The outside was very beautiful. That whole section before you walk in, it's like you could see like the what do you call it, the beach or that area
Right.
beautiful. It was beautiful. And then the details and everything that it has inside. I like that you took your time to like, you went through
Yeah.
every section, and you can see it in the vlog where, you know, you can see each, how do you call that? I don't know how to call the...
It was kind of like a little chapel,
They were, yes, like
Like
smaller like smaller, yes.
and everything was different.
Mhm.
So it was a lot, guys. It was a lot to cover. I did as much as I could
As you
on the
could,
vlog,
yeah.
because that place is just huge.
It's really big.
and there's too many of them. And then as you can see, if you look at the blog, when you're looking at, I don't know if you noticed because I know you edited.
Mhm.
I started reading everything,
Mhm.
and then after a while, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna show and read, and that's what I started doing. And it was a little bit. It looks a little bit better at that time, but it's just beautiful.
It's incredible. I mean, I think at one point you even took the camera and started filming you filmed the
Yeah.
ceiling, I think.
I filmed little bits and pieces.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was nice. At that point, I was tired of seeing churches. I'm not gonna lie.
Same here.
I was tired, but it was really beautiful. And I was letting you do the reading.
But you know,
So what happened is I'm with Jack and she's doing the reading. I'm like, yep, yeah, that's exactly what's happening right here. And she's just like talking and reporting on, yeah.
But I will say, once we left the church and we went into the city, it's very pretty. It's very clean. You know, everything is put together.
We caught a protest.
There was a strike. I edited
Yeah.
it out. I could probably, we could do something with it.
Yeah.
We could do a short maybe.
Maybe.
There was a protest. We did walk around, but I feel like we were more enjoying like what was happening.
Right.
That we didn't really film much because we just walked around, had a really good time.
By the end of our time in Europe, we were having a good time and we're recording less and less as we went on.
I think that what I wanted to capture for you, the community, was mainly the church part. And I did capture some of the Palma.
Oh yeah, we did. We did go to the.
We were walking.
We ate that. Yes. Sorry. Yes.
I don't know if it was the Pan de Mallorca, but I know we went to this bakery and it was like popping.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, let's just go check it out.
Yeah.
And everybody was these boxes, and I'm like, but it was really good.
It was good.
It was good.
It was good.
The pastries there. So we tried out some pastries. Then we went down. We tried out some gelato. More gelato.
Oh, yes.
No,
We did
the granita.
Yes.
The granita. That's what we got. And we all got granita. Then Jackie tried on some shoes. Remember the Palma
Those were
shoes?
cute. So I didn't buy them. I regret it now. They were really good. Oh, you have Jack, you got the magnet, like a little magnet.
Little magnet stand.
Beautiful. And she's like the lady that was in the store. Oh, they're so beautiful. You should buy them. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, you should have bought them.
And I didn't. So.
But to end our highlight, it was our taxi driver on the way back.
She
was
the
amazing.
best. That lady was funny. And we hear it like, because us as Hispanics, we hear a lot that the actual Spanish people are they're very funny and we hear about it. But experience it is a different thing. We were cracking up with that woman and everything she was saying and doing.
Well, the funny part is that she called some other taxi ladies that worked there, and she needed directions how to get into the port. And obviously, her friend, taxi people, did not know that she had people
with her,
and we speak Spanish.
Right.
We understand their language.
Correct.
So the first thing that, we're not going to say the words that came out of her mouth, but it was hilarious.
She was just cussing out, speaking like, you're talking to your best friend. And we were cracking up. She's like, I have people here. She's like, what are you doing? And then we're like, oh, we don't care. It's okay. And then whoop, the conversation kept going. Yeah. Yeah.
I like Palma. I like the church. That was good. The experience with the non-official.
Yeah, the unlicensed. What is it? The unlicensed vendors.
Downtown.
Yeah.
Where they had the strike going on. The food that we stopped at the cafe. They had the pies. They were like.
Yes, that's what they were. I had the meat pie. Yeah, that's what it was. It was. I feel like I would love to go again. It was fun. I feel like
that was a lot of fun.
it was different. It was a different air. Like
it was a different vibe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Nice.
it was a little bit. I mean, yeah, the church. Like we went to see the cathedral or whatever. But then after that, like we explored a little bit. It was fun. We had our anecdotes, like just our funny stuff, like we've been saying.
Well, just so that you guys know, because more than likely, for those of you that seen the vlog, Sophie was not in the vlog because she still wasn't feeling good, so she stood behind on the ship. and so she was not in. She didn't even get to see Palma at all.
Right.
So we gotta take her back. So if we go to back
Yeah.
just for you, right? Just for
Yeah,
Sophie.
yeah, just for Sophie, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed Palma a lot. Like, it was fun. I agree.
I like Palma. I don't have too much to say on it, but it was very nice.
You guys even tried some new shades and stuff like that. Remember?
Yeah, so I did those brown ones. I think I still have the picture. I had like brown ones, and then there was like a purple or pinkish kind of ones. No.
Now,
Mhm.
because we're ending off this section, we're talking about a lot of cathedrals throughout this entire review. In our next section, boy howdy have we got the biggest super duper cathedral church ever.
That thing.
So stay tuned for the next, I guess, 30 seconds, knowing how we're editing this. So, our cruise ends in Barcelona. You know, we get on a taxi, we go out into the city, and we are next to this absolutely enormous building known as La Sagrada Familia.
Yes.
Oh my God, you said it right.
It
That
is-
Spanish came out perfect.
It is a gigantic church that has been in construction for a little over 200 years. I spent a surprising amount of time walking around in the basement because they have like
That's
they have the entire making of in the basement of that place. Like,
Yeah.
I am not a church guy, but I had a good time there just because it is a marvel of human engineering.
Yes.
It stands taller than any castle, bigger than basically any other building I have been in, other than, I guess, the Vatican. But even then, like, this was like its own dedicated singular building. The Vatican is like 16 other projects in one land area. Like, this is a truly impressive building. You can go down into the basement. They have the making of across the, like, it's in 50-year chunk periods as they show the making of the pillars, the making of the decoration atop. You can check out all of the individual bell designs that they've gone through across history. They have so many different things, and it is insane to be viewing it from the ground level. Like, one of the entrances is just this massive crown that like stretches above you, and it is ginormous.
Mhm.
Well, I could say, since my son was speaking, I feel so very proud just to hear my son, because, like, you know, he enjoys different things, but obviously this one took a different perspective on his life, which I like. I know that Jeffy also studied this.
I did. I was gonna say that. I studied this one too.
I will say, before Jeffy speak, I will say that it was very heartwarming to see Jeffy tear up
I was fine.
inside of the church, because it's something that he studied. But for those of you that have never been, again, as a travel advisor, this is a pro tip, do it. It's completely very different than when you see it on TV. When you see it there, it's just majestical. It's something that words couldn't even describe. The brain of this human, just to how he figured
made it,
everything
yeah.
out and put it all together. They actually show it how he did it. But when you're inside, like, every pillar, every color means something completely different. If you guys did watch the vlog, I put a little bit of the snippet of the lady doing the little tour thing on there. But I stopped vlogging it at one point because it was just,
It's too
it
overwhelming.
touches your heart. It touches your heart in a different way. And, you know, yes, I wanted to bring it to the community, but it also, I wanted it to have that moment, you know, of living the moment of being there and experiencing that amazing, beautiful church, and just the magnificent that this human being just created. It's just, words couldn't even describe.
Right, no, and I agree, because that was the way that I was, yeah.
Especially the doors that were made out of wood with all the lettering of the Bible. It's mind blowing.
Yeah, when you go up to the front doors and you see like the massive stone carvings of like all the angels and everything around the edges of the doors, it is almost overwhelmingly like impressive. I don't know how else to describe it other than it doesn't look like something a human could make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Studying it, seeing it, being there was completely different. Like you said, every color, every pillar, every wall, every glass had a story or something to tell. If you looked at it from one side, it told the story of Jesus. If you looked at it from another angle, it told a different story. Every color, the way that the color flows, the different times of the year, everything has its meaning and how it is. And I'm just like, it was mind blowing because it looks so modern. It's been under construction for so long, but in the inside, those pillars and how everything looked, it looks so modern. Like,
not only that, I don't know if you noticed, but as you're looking up, and I actually put the camera to look up, it looks like you're inside of a forest, really. And at one point, the tour thing, the recording
guide,
was saying that it makes you feel like you're inside of a forest, but also depending on where you are and where you're looking at it, it looks like clouds in the sky. And then as you're looking at the different parts of this amazing cathedral, you also see like the greens, the yellows, the orange, and all the different colors. It is.
And like you were saying, like it gets to a point that you're recording it, you're trying to bring it to the vlog, but it gets to a point that you just get so sucked into it that you're like, wow, like you have to have a moment to just
a vlog doesn't do it justice. You got to go there yourself.
It was an amazing building. To me it looks completed, but to know that it still has another,
I think 30 years?
It still has a few more years, because I mean it's close to done. But yeah, they still have a few more years. But comparing this to the Mallorca Cathedral, like you see, the Mallorca Cathedral looks like how you would expect a cathedral to look.
Right.
Like it looks dark. It's it's a little older. You feel like there's history here. When you go to the Sagrada Familia, it looks so polished and clean and vibrant and open, and
it is amazing.
I'm just like, whoa, like this is insane. Like, how old is this thing? Really?
And also they have seating on the top. That was and then you have like the stairs that can take you to the different towers.
To the towers, correct.
And if you have accessibility, you have the way that you can do it by elevator. So don't think that because you have accessibility you can see more of it, because you can.
I would say, piggyback on what you were saying about the basement, that was a really nice area. It's like a museum kind of sort of thing, where they showed you the molds that they were using to do the, the miniatures, because you have to present that in order to kind of like bring it up. So they had all that construction. They have different panels that showed you the different times that the towers were built, what was the materials, what were they made of, what they symbolized, because each tower symbolizes something different, and it was incredible. It was really incredible and nice.
It was I don't know. It's words can't even describe.
No, definitely not. No.
All right, and that concludes our section there, which means it's time for us to get into Paris. Yeah, so to round off our trip, we flew into Paris, and we had a, what was the place we were staying in exactly?
Oh my God, okay.
Airbnb.
So we...
I don't know
What had happened was, we, Jackie wanted to do something a little bit different. It was just a different vibe since we did the hotel in Rome. She wanted to do more like a Airbnb kind of sort of situation, where in that case she wanted it for the washer and dryer, for us to kind of like prep to go back home. So that's kind of sort of, that was the idea behind it. It was really close to Notre Dame, so
yeah, we were
literally across the street.
We were able to just walk straight to it. We passed by it like once every day at that point. It was very pretty. We did not get to go inside of it for obvious reasons. You need like a reservation, and it's still being kind of reconstructed, so we just didn't bother.
Correct. So then at that point, that was the first thing that we did. So we had that Airbnb or whatever it was called, right?
Well, let's talk a little bit about that Airbnb.
Before you talk about the air conditioning, because that was like,
We're gonna talk about
just
the Airbnb. hold on. Let me-
Okay.
As a traveling box.
Okay.
Okay, so I booked this Airbnb, and it's kind of like a flat. It had a room with one bathroom, a living room area, and then you had the kitchen and all of that. You probably saw it on the blogs. Um, we get there. Well, actually, when I booked it, it said that it was supposed to be on the rooftop, and that you can
It
see.
said it had a terrace. Yeah,
It
it
had
had a terrace. Yeah.
and you can see outside or whatever, blah blah blah. That's the reason why I booked it. I said, oh, this has a picturesque.
So we could
actually
see like the Eiffel. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
That's the reason why we booked it. So when we get there, it's like kind of like 4 or 5 apartments, but ours was the first
The
floor.
first floor.
And we get there, mind you, we're flying from Barcelona. We flew from Barcelona that evening and on to Paris. We got there about 11. So by the time we got to the hotel, it was maybe midnight.
Yeah, because it was an hour.
Paris
Yeah, it was an
time.
hour drive.
And
Had a comb.
it was beautiful. The Airbnb was beautiful. It was not an ugly place. There was a little bit of a smell coming in. It's like an old smell.
It was in the it was in the hallway going into
Yeah.
the building, but once we went into the apartment, it wasn't there.
But
But
I
it
will
was
say
okay.
that there was some homeless people sleeping in the streets. So it was kind of like sketchy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But other than that, the place was nice. We had situations with the bathroom
Yeah.
where when you were taking a shower, the water would come outside. It was just weird.
Yeah, it didn't have a shower curtain and didn't have a door. It was just this new type of I don't like them where it's just like one glass panel and then it's open. In this case, it just wasn't a glass panel. It was like a wooden frame.
Mm-hmm.
But all the water was spilling out. Like you would rinse and then water literally
Yeah.
drenched
Yeah.
out. It
Bit-
didn't-
bit
And the
bit of a
thing
mess.
was that I'm thinking it was a rooftop terrace, and it was not. So we were in the first floor. So when you go out to the roof, the
to the
terrace,
terrace, it's
you're
just
looking up.
you're looking
and there's
up.
nothing there. So technically, that was wrong too.
Yeah.
For the amount of money that we paid to stay there per night, it was just insane.
It was rather misleading.
yeah, it was.
Other than that, it was a great place. It did what it needed to do.
Correct, which was keep us
It was
safe.
very, actually, it was very clean.
Yes.
You know, everything was like modern.
Yes,
It was
modern, clean. The only thing that I would say the AC, and I think that's a Europe thing, not
Yeah.
necessarily.
The more we looked into the AC, the more we realized that's more of just a Europe thing.
Thankfully, that the day we got there was cold.
Was cold enough to where we could kind of
Because it
like.
started getting warm like the night.
We managed to show up a bit before the Great Europe heat wave of last year.
Yeah, so we it was pretty nice that we were able to have a little bit of wind come in while we were there. But again, it wasn't bad. I feel like it was just the bathroom situation that you just had to come up every time somebody showered. Go ahead and
Yeah, we had
Bring out the water.
we had towels on the floor to kind of like suck up the water and then what do you call this? Rinse them out or whatever.
Yeah.
To then hang them so that they could dry.
Well, it was kind of an interesting place, like you said, because it was on a side road, and there were a couple of homeless people camping out there. One of them actually had a little tent.
Oh yeah, they had a tent. Yeah, they were
One of
throwing
them had a tent. The other one was on the other side,
and blankets. Yeah, I remember
blankets
that.
hanging out. And, but it was rather convenient because it was walking distance to Notre Dame.
Yes.
There.
And the Louvre.
And even though we
Oh, yeah.
were on the first floor, we really weren't like street level.
Yeah.
Right.
Most was
Correct. That is true.
We're a little bit further up.
Yeah.
There, so
That was good. I mean, I feel like our apartment, it had its thing, but it still did what it needed to do, and that's what we're happy for.
And it's like we didn't stay there the whole day.
Correct.
We just
Yeah.
sleep, take a shower, and we only had one meal that we brought from Subway.
So,
That was the only meal that we had, and you probably asking Subway?
Subway in Paris. Yes.
they were the only ones.
They were-
That was the only thing open at 2 o'clock in the morning, I think it was. We were hungry.
Yep.
And
It was a long
I don't know.
night.
Oh, that's when we came from our play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Subway at that time in the morning.
Yep. It
So
was good Subway though.
We did sleep very minimal in Paris.
yeah.
We slept very minimal the whole time.
Well, in Paris it was just like, okay, sleep, wake up.
Yeah.
All right. So Notre Dame, we didn't do Notre Dame.
We really couldn't, and same goes for the Louvre. Like we were supposed to go to the Louvre, but the line for it was super long, and then it got stuck, and then everyone was like, "Okay, what's going on here?" And it turns out that there was just
Well,
So much.
Before we talk about the Louvre again as your travel advisor, Jeffy and I, we were for months watching these tickets for Notre Dame. Watching
Oh
the
my
tickets,
God,
watching
yes.
the
We were
tickets.
every day we would wake up and
And
kind of like it was too. The tickets weren't available for sale yet.
well, they didn't sell them; they were giving them for free.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. So
Yeah.
you had to.
I think, and it
And
was
that-
it
yeah.
was 2 days before the day that you went.
Right.
Is when those days were open. Well, unfortunately for us, the day came and went, and we couldn't get the
We
tickets.
never got the tickets.
Now, pro tip for you: when we got there, you know, because we didn't have tickets, we didn't think that we couldn't come in.
Go in. Yeah.
But I never bothered, you know, and I'm a person that I ask all sorts, because Martine can tell you, I asked around. And I didn't even ask that day. And there was a huge line outside, and you can get on the queue to go in whether you have a ticket or not. We did not know that. So pro tip
Right.
for you guys, if you guys are ever in that position where you're gonna go visit this and you don't have a ticket, you can still get on that line and then you can still go in and see it. We did go on a Sunday with a
But
mask.
that's what I was gonna
well.
say. Yeah, it was Sunday, so there was mass going on when we
Yeah.
went. So it was confusing. There was like, we didn't know. We just really didn't.
Yeah, we didn't know.
We just thought that the line was for them to go inside to do mass as opposed to.
But breakfast was really good.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah, we
ended up
had
eating right there
breakfast.
next to Notre Dame.
It was
honestly.
so good.
It was really good.
Speaking of food in Paris,
That's-
there is this one specific thing that I have been craving ever since we left, which is a delicacy known as the croque madame
We.
sandwich with egg on top.
What is
It was good.
Egg sandwich.
No, there's a bit that goes into it, but I really like it. I've considered making one at home or like studying how to make them.
Yeah.
It's really good. But what crazy thing? Paris has a lot of good food. It's almost like they're known for it.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was actually really good. I remember that. Yeah, because I had the same dish. So yes, we
Well,
did. That.
meanwhile, what you guys enjoying? Well, Jaden has been enjoying his croque madame. I am a connoisseur of pasta, and that lasagna till today has my heart. I love making my own lasagna, but when I tasted that one, I'm like, I that's the thing that I talked
You went
about.
to Paris to eat lasagna.
I
That's
know.
incredible.
I went to Paris lasagna, so I'm sorry, people. Don't put it on the comments.
Don't come at us. Yeah.
Don't kill me with the comments either. But that lasagna was the bomb. It was so good. I enjoyed it. What did you have that day, Martine?
I know. I was thinking about that. I was having a curry pasta,
Oh,
kind of an Indian flair.
that's interesting.
So
Okay.
that-
Paris to have.
I know, like that's what we did. That's special of us.
Well, at least I have pasta.
I had
At
a
least I have sandwiches.
well, my sandwich was
Well, my
French.
sandwich was French. Yeah, thank you.
Hey,
No, but the food was really good. Besides that last place that we went to, we'll talk about that
Yeah,
later.
we'll-
But so we went from there. We ate. We left. We walked around. We ended up going to the Louvre, which is where we were gonna go. As Jaden kind of like went through, we did the line. We were there on time when we were supposed to be. It looked incredible. It looked beautiful. The line kept growing. People started getting angsty, like you were saying. The line kept growing. We weren't moving anywhere, so it got to a point where we were figuring out what happened. Turns out it was a strike, a worker strike, but they were keeping it under wraps. They didn't really tell us because they were like, "Oh, we don't know what's going on." They kept saying,
Wait, it was a workers' strike? That's what it was?
a worker strike.
A few days later.
Oh my god. That's
Till today, we've never gotten our money back.
So, yeah, that's my fault. But I paid for this excursion and I never got my money back because they were saying because after we came back, they were saying that it was a worker strike. So if you were affected by it, you could submit your like a refund to get a refund. You have proof, then you could have gotten a refund. We didn't. We told there was another family there that we spoke to. We told them like what to do, kind of sort of, to see if they could get a refund. Hopefully they did. I didn't because that was just my fault. I was lazy, and I didn't get one. But we ended up not going to the Louvre, so we spent
But
some time there, and then we decided to just do something else.
yeah, something else.
We decided to go somewhere.
Where did we go?
we just
Went to Emily in Paris.
We did Emily in Paris.
You know, for those of you that don't know me, I actually love watching Emily in Paris.
There you go.
And all of these was that Martine and I watched it
I was gonna
together.
say, what's the name?
Oh, I haven't seen it. Oh.
But I,
Series.
Jeffy or
Yeah, it's a series on
never seen
Netflix.
it.
That's what it is.
So they couldn't even understand what they were actually looking at. But yeah, check out the vlogs. We're not gonna talk about go into details. Check out the vlog.
It's really cute.
Sweet.
I agree. It's really cute. Even if I didn't see the series, I found like, oh, this is really nice.
Yeah.
The area was really
We
beautiful.
should have gone to Gabrielle's and ate there.
There you
It
go.
was 5-star Michelin
We should
star.
have.
Really.
And you telling me this now? Wow.
Because you know we're going back, right?
Oh. Hi guys. We're going back. All right. Now, what else we got?
What you guys and Emily in Paris? Did you watch it with me?
No.
Weird that you were there where they actually filmed the whole thing.
Nope.
Okay.
All right. That's great.
Okay, so for our next segment, this one took me by a lot of surprise. Everyone here knows, I was the most opposed to doing this out of anyone in the group, which was Disneyland Paris. What?
Right there. As a mother, I had to hear, oh my God, why are we going to Disney for like months? Who decided that they wanted to go to Disney?
Mhm.
Those were the conversation my son and I were having. Okay, now go ahead.
Yeah, because I was frustrated because it's like, we live in Florida. We are within an hour and a half, maybe hour and 40 minutes of Orlando. I have been to Disneyland Orlando, Disney World Orlando, whichever one it's called, because it's very similar.
That one's world.
Yeah, I have been to Disney World Orlando more times, like growing up, than some people will ever go in their entire lives. I am like so over Disney at this point. So the idea of going all the way to Paris, the other side of the world, just to go to Disney again, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Aren't we there for Paris, the place that isn't here in America? But I was very pleasantly surprised by Disneyland Paris, as it turned out to be substantially different from Disney World Orlando. I've watched a few different videos on the various Disney parks, and they all sounded kind of similar. What I was not aware of was just how much more emphasis Disneyland Paris places on the environment as opposed to the attractions. The part that I think most people are getting tired of with Disney is waiting in long lines for short rides. Disneyland Paris has a lot more places to go, things to see, areas to explore.
It feels more immersive.
Yeah, it feels more immersive. More effort was put into making an interesting environment to walk around in, as opposed to just having one or two unique rides and a 2-hour wait for all of them.
Yep. I'm a second person who kind of like, not opposed, because I didn't necessarily oppose. I was just like, why are we doing this? But okay. But I was pleasantly surprised as well. Like you said, it was very immersive. It's very different too. Like they have different lands that you don't have in Disney World, which I was like, okay, I like that. You break the was it Aladdin? I think that it had the genie that we rubbed up the that came out on the vlog. They had
Frontierland is a lot bigger.
Haunted Mansion was
the Haunted Mansion.
The Haunted Mansion is
that was
basically
nice.
a whole side area.
That was super nice.
in Indiana Jones ride.
Yeah,
I did that with Sophie. I think.
It's in Frontierland. Frontierland is notably expanded in Disneyland Paris. The one that caught me off guard the most, though, is actually Fantasyland in Disneyland Paris. Fantasyland here in Disney World Orlando is laughably small. It is like there is so little to do in Fantasyland. There's It's a Small World, there's the Winnie the Pooh like storytelling thing, and then there's like the new Seven Dwarfs, that's like 7 years ago. The Seven Dwarfs ride.
That one was cool. The one from Orlando, that one.
Yeah, the one from Orlando.
The mine.
Yeah, and that's kind of it for Fantasyland, and there's like a Pinocchio restaurant, and that's kind of it. A lot of Fantasyland is just, they do Peter Pan's flights. So that's everything in Fantasyland Orlando. Fantasyland in Paris is significantly larger. It's a Small World is given its own distinct dedicated area of the park as opposed to just being off to the side. Alice in Wonderland has her own little dedicated maze, and it's really cool. There is so much more effort put into Fantasyland.
The castle too.
The castle is entirely unique. You can actually explore it and go around.
The castle has the where you walk in. It has the second store, like the second floor.
It's
which is the story of
Yeah.
Aurora.
And it's got the basement with the
and then
dragon.
the basement with the dragon. It was really nice. I was like,
It was a
wow.
nice change of pace.
Yeah.
What do you
You can see that on the vlog too.
As long as it's very good.
Yeah, it was
And
really nice.
and nothing else happened with Martine at Disneyland.
Nothing else happened with Disneyland.
Not even when we were leaving.
So not in Disneyland, but when we were leaving.
Ah.
Well, hold on, I got something to say about
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There you go. I forgot. Sorry.
Go on, Tinkerbell of the
Ah.
past times.
Well, to me, you guys know I'm a Disney fan, and going into Disney, I'm with Jeffy and Jaden on this one. Not that I was upset going to, because I wanted to go to Disney,
Right.
but I never thought that once you enter the park, it was going to be so pretty. I've heard so many negatives. I heard a lot of different things. And I'm the type of person that I like to actually experience it myself to be
Right.
able to take it all in and see what,
You
how
want to
it feels.
experience it, right?
But yeah, it's a very nice park. Love the castle. I love that you're able to walk in it and you get to go outside. You get to go to the balcony, see the actual Disneyland at itself. One of the cool things was Alice in Wonderland, the little maze thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got lost in there, guys.
It was fun.
You can see it.
It was a lot of fun. It's a small world. It's completely different than what we have in Orlando. They actually have newer things there, and it's a small world. The Haunted Mansion was amazing.
It was nice.
Oh.
I didn't get to try. There was like a train thing there. I didn't get to try that one.
I almost
Go ahead.
I almost completely forgot to mention Tomorrowland is an entirely different thing in
Yes.
Disneyland Paris. Like it's
I did try that.
like it's not just
It was-
Tomorrowland but bigger. It is like an entirely different new aesthetic thing. It is honestly crazy.
When we went, they were doing some remodeling, right? I think when we went,
Yeah.
I did a ride with Sophie. I did a few rides with Sophie. That was a Star Wars one that we did.
Right.
That one was cool. And then we also did the Indiana Jones. I think that was the one that you were talking about. So I did those with her by herself.
Also,
Yeah,
they
it was really
have the little kiosk with different types of food vending,
Mm-hmm.
which it was kind of really cool.
Oh yeah.
You get to try all sorts of different things there.
Mhm.
Overall, Disney was good. And then towards the end, Martine did have a little bit of a situation.
So one.
It's a situation. It wasn't just me. It was multiple people. Because they always warn you about pickpockets. You know, it's a touristy area and it's a train, and they said keep things close to yourself. Well, I think we were on one of the trains.
Well, we're leaving Disneyland, and we were getting on the train to go back to our Airbnb.
And there were a group of young people, and I think they were next to you, weren't they?
So yeah, so they were. Yeah, it was weird. They were young people, whatever, talking yada yada. They kind of like bump into me. I'm trying to get on the train because I don't want to miss the train because we're getting on the train.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of like bump into me. She says, "Oh, you pushed me. You pushed me." Whoever knows me for real knows how I am in real life. And I'm like, I did not push you. So I kept walking. And then suddenly I'm in the train. I look and then I hear them doing it again. And I hear noise and it's Martine in the corner. And I'm like, oh my God, they got Martine. And then Martine. Yeah, they cornered him. And then I hear him talking to her saying about, oh, but you had your hand in my pocket or something like that. I'm like, oh no,
Mhm.
this is it.
This is
This is it.
We actually, well, not we, but Martine actually experienced a
pickpocketer
upper.
situation. That, luckily, nothing was taken, right?
No, nothing.
Well, nothing was taken from us, but the other lady, they actually took something from the other. And it's so hard, guys, because like when you're in a different country and you try to help other people,
Yeah.
we didn't speak the language to tell the lady that they actually took something from her.
She kept like noticing that something was missing, so she
Yeah.
was talking to, I guess, her daughter and her husband, and they were like looking, like trying to figure it out, and we were like, oh no, I think they took something from them. So.
It is rough.
But yeah, we had that experience in Paris.
Yeah, but I mean, nothing was taken. We were okay.
Yeah.
I just felt bad for the other family.
And
But yeah, be on the lookout.
that concludes Disneyland Paris, I suppose.
I mean, we still had a good time and it was fun.
It was good.
They were like bad actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the same.
Oh, you pushed me. You put. I'm gonna push you. Get out of here. So yeah.
All right. All right. So this was our final major activity that we did during our time in Paris. And what better way to round it off than with the Eiffel Tower, which I will be letting a certain somebody start off this one because this was her most anticipated part of the whole trip.
Well, yes, guys. Again, as a travel advisor, I do suggest you. This is like a highly recommended place to go visit. It was one of those that really touched my heart. Before I went on this Europe trip, I actually watched the Eiffel movie of the making of the Eiffel Tower and everything this gentleman went through, you know, from the first rivet to the last one. All the different hurdles he had to do to get to where he got to. This tower was never meant to be stayed there completely. It was just meant to be put there and then eventually taken off. But he made a decision around, you know, across this finish line to just leave it there forever and ever. And many of you guys probably seen these towers on TV and everything in between. But when you get there, it's a different story. This thing is majestic on its own. The feels that you get from seeing this tower is something out of this world, I can say. To me, it meant a lot to me because it was our first time in Europe. And of course, you know, as a mom with my husband and my 2 kids and Jeffrey, which is my other son, it was a really nice way to finish our trip. And it was very touching for me. A lot of people don't know, but I had a situation happen many years ago, and I never in my life thought that I would actually see something like that. And to be there, it just brought me to tears. I'm not gonna lie to you. It brought me to tears. It was a very sentimental feeling for myself just to be there. Now, one of the funny parts that I will say, when we're getting ready to head up to the summit, my son Jaden, I didn't know that he was like eating light kites. And we found this out like literally within minutes of getting onto this elevator and going up. But I'm very proud of him because he actually went up and did what he needed to do and all of that.
Just
So
a
that
moment. Sorry, no, you can continue. I just got to bring someone in real quick.
Okay, so that was a lot of cool. It was very cool to see him, you know, go through that part. And, you know, I thought that, you know, he was gonna, because, you know, you never know, you know, if somebody's afraid of heights, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it is.
To do something like that.
I cut that out of the video. I should have left it. I should have kept it. I cut it out of the video because Jaden said to cut it out. But it was funny because his face, he was like, he was not having it. But yeah, no, I saw that too, that he actually did manage to go to the summit. So that's really good. What else I have to say about this? I was like you, I was very impressed with how big the tower is. I wasn't expecting it to be that big.
It feels like 10 times larger
Yes.
than what you think it is.
Yes.
Now it's Martine's turn to go bring someone in. Sorry about that. Had to handle something real quick. So, as they may have noted, I'm not a big fan of heights. I don't like going up high. Specifically, I am afraid of being near ledges. I don't like anything that makes it feel like I can fall. So I hate going up ladders, for example, and I hate being at a balcony. So imagine my surprise when, oh, no, we're not going to just the Eiffel Tower. We're going all the way to the very top of one of the tallest structures ever made by mankind. A building comprised entirely of 300 different balconies you can look down. I was not having it. I went up there, I took some pictures, but I took them from the comfort of the wall.
Actually, you know what? Look, now that we're talking about this and looking back, I'm actually happy that you found out right there when you were going in. Because sometimes, you know, as you know, human beings, we tend to overthink things. So he found out literally as when
as we were
getting
going.
ready
Right? If
to
not,
go.
you would have been like, "Oh, I'm not going up there," and you wouldn't have experienced or taken those
Yeah.
pictures because you put yourself already in a box or in a position where you're just like, "No, I'm not gonna." Do
Yeah.
this. So I get what you're saying. So yeah, that was.
But it was a
That's
great
good.
just to go to the summit on itself. Well, technically, when we were purchasing the tickets for the Eiffel
Same
Tower,
thing issue we had with Notre Dame.
well, not only that, we wanted to do the lunch.
Yeah, so we
there.
right. So there's a restaurant that you could do the lunch, but in order to do that, there's certain date like it's reserved.
Right.
How do you say this? Like within X amount of time.
amount of time.
I think it was a month or a few weeks. And by the time we had set an alarm and everything to kind of like, okay, we're gonna book it. Boom, it was already
It was
sold.
sold out.
So we were like, oh my god. So it's kind of sort of the same situation.
What is your experience, Martin?
Yeah, it was very nice. You know, it's a lot bigger than you would think.
It is ginormous.
So it's like the opposite of the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Leaning Tower, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, cute. Then when I saw the Eiffel Tower, I was like, oh, wow.
I-
Okay.
Well, I'll put it to you guys this way. If you guys have been to Vegas and seen the Eiffel Tower in Vegas, think about it 3 times
Like, yeah,
taller.
definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like stacking 3 of those tall. That's how big. But the one in Paris is also small. Obviously, they're gonna have it as big. It's also small. But it was just a different experience altogether. It was that you have the lines. Make sure you buy your tickets ahead of time for sure.
Definitely buy them ahead of time.
To get to because you get like 3. Was it 2 or 3 different elevators to go all the way?
Yes. So each leg has like a different
Yeah.
each side, like I think there's a west side and an east side for you to go in. And then when you get up there, they have different areas to where you go to the side.
Right.
And if you're crazy, you can take the stairs.
Yeah, you
Yes.
can take the stairs. If you looked at the blocks, the lady was explaining how I think it was like 1,000 something stairs.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I'm not afraid of heights, but I think I will have a conniption. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Going up and looking down, I don't know. That would be a little weird. Maybe if
Right.
it was close in, maybe I'll do it. But just to know, it's like, and somebody
Nope.
did it in 9 minutes.
Yeah,
was
you're
explained.
walking between the girders. You can see how high up you
It would
are.
have said no.
Yeah, no, it's
I would
it's
not have
literally
done it.
Nothing like you said. It's just a structure. It's not really. There's nothing. You're not enclosed. It's
I do
nothing
wish we'd
enclosed.
gotten to go to the restaurant though. Like that it does look really nice from like the
I
ground
think if
level.
we would have had to gone up the stairs, Jenna was like, you know what?
Oh no! Hell no!
Nope,
But
not doing it.
It was a really good experience. Being at the top. I do have pictures with Jaden because he actually went all the way to the top. He actually went outside and enjoyed. We took some pictures together. We bought some macarons.
Oh yeah, macaroons. Yeah.
There, they do sell champagne for like 50 euros with the little Eiffel Tower flute or whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah.
So you
Yeah,
can toast up there. But what were your thoughts, Martine?
Kind of scared.
Oh.
You're scared. It was beautiful. From up there, you get to see the Louvre. You get to see, pretty much all of
There's
Paris.
something
Like
that you guys haven't noticed when you guys went up there, did you?
what?
I noticed when watching the vlog, because obviously, you know, for those of you that don't know, Jeffy does all of our editing with Jaden. But when I was watching the vlog, there's not a single building in Paris that is a different color other than the white. All you see is like a
The majority of them are the same kind of cement
Yeah.
color.
Yeah.
That's the big color.
yeah.
Black tower.
And that was, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And all you see is just all this white, and you see there was we saw the Louvre from up there.
The Notre
Arc of
Dame.
the Triumph.
The Arc of the Triumph. You can see like a city area.
You
further
can just
down.
see everything
Yeah.
from up there.
Yeah.
The only thing that we did not get to do that I wish we would have was the river scenic.
So
there-
maybe next time. We can do
Maybe
that.
next time, that would be one thing to do.
Another thing that we didn't get to do was the Arc of the Triumph. I got to go. I just went. I walked. I saw it. I took a few pictures and then I went back.
Yeah, we walked all the way up this massive incline, all the way to a Louis Vuitton store, the Louis Vuitton store. And the Arc of the Triumph was like right over there. And I was just sitting on a bench as all this was happening. And I'm like, I think that's it for me. I don't think I'm going over there.
I had asked Jada and Sophie, I'm like, you guys want to go with me? No, we're okay here in this bench. I'm like, fine, I'll just go and take a picture.
That was all I had in me.
To finish off that day, in Paris. That was my last stop because I wanted to actually purchase something from the original
store.
So
You could explain like how it works.
yep.
You have to. They close at a certain. They close at a time.
9. They close at 9, but the line.
They have a
closes at
line.
7.
They have a line. This is crazy.
Yeah,
So
they
you have to make the line.
They closes at 7. Thankfully, that we got there like 6:55.
Got there right on time.
We were right on the money. It was meant to be.
Yep.
Because I didn't even know, because I always know that it closes at 9, and we were thinking, okay, we're just gonna go up there.
Right.
And Marty and I got into the line. They went to sit down, and Jeffrey went to do something else, and there was another couple behind us.
And that was
on
it.
the line. And next thing you know, this guy comes in, he closes the thing, and I'm thinking, okay, I didn't think anything of it. I said, maybe it's because it's just whatever this line
For
is.
now, yeah.
But then we asked, and he goes, oh no, the line is closed, because that's how long it could take for you to stay. And it was only like 4 or 5 people ahead of us. It was like it was a big line. But once you got in, the end of the vlog, we'll see a little bit. I didn't put a whole lot. And I just wanted to pick up a little momentum from Paris.
Yeah.
I didn't buy any high-end bags or anything like that, but I wanted to buy like a little charm that says something Paris, and I actually found what I was looking for.
Something from the original story.
So it was really nice. But then we went to we ended our evening. We wanted to do like a really nice like family dinner, and we picked the wrong restaurant.
I mean, it's gonna happen. But
I was okay with the food there. It was all right.
No.
No, I wasn't.
My food was not good. We ordered the same
No,
thing, so
we
it was
were
not good.
My food was okay.
So, you know what? That's good for you.
I will say something before they say anything about the restaurant, guys. Again, as a travel advisor, and as a mother, and as a friend to the community, when I left this house on January 4th, right?
January?
June 4th.
I was about to say January or
June
June. Yeah.
My son is here. I told him this is a one-in-a-lifetime kind of trip. I don't want any, because between brothers and sisters, they like to argue. I said, I don't want any arguments. I want us to just truly take this experience all in and enjoy. And I'm bringing this up because we saw an experience on this restaurant.
Yeah, there was a fight.
There was an argument between mother. There was 2 daughters and a dad. I guess one of the daughters the lady was not the parent of this daughter, and something happened between them. It was just it just got heated, like very quickly.
It escalated.
The husband walked away. He left them there, and he told the daughter, "Are you coming with me, or are you gonna stay?" And he just walked away. And the lady was very very challenging, you can say, with the situation, whatever the situation were. But it's like, when you think about it, you pay all this money to go on a vacation, to end, your vacation in this position. It just hurts my heart, to see something like that, because it's like, not everybody has the kind of money to do these types of vacations. Just enjoy it for really what it is, and take it all in. Leave all of those situations someplace else, or maybe outside of everybody else to hear your situation.
On a private matter, right? Yeah, because it was bad.
It was loud. It was bad. I felt really bad for the dad and the 2 girls the entire time, just because the mother sounded so aggressive and just so loud and harsh. And on the 1 in a million chance that any of the people involved in that argument end up watching this review in the future, and just somehow you stumble across this channel one way or another, I hope things are doing good, because that sounded bad. I'm sorry that this is how you find out that a lot of people heard that argument, but I really hope things are doing good for you.
My heart, because I remember hearing one of the girls say to the mom, "You always mess things up, no matter where we go." And that just it just hurt my heart, because I'm thinking, oh my God, this is this situation. Who knows what other situation?
Right.
Yeah.
But you're in Paris, for Christ. You're not in your hometown. You can go out and do whatever. It was just a little.
Well, we picked up. It was like an American accent. They seemed American. That's why it was just like.
What do you think, Martine?
I think I was there for the adventure, not
I was there for the food, not the drama.
the drama. So
But the drama got us there.
hard to ignore it. And
Yeah.
But
I don't.
He doesn't even remember what
so
he
that
got.
means it probably wasn't very good.
Yeah, the food wasn't good.
No, we were tired already because we did so much. We had walked. We were
Yeah.
like at that point we were hungry, so we just grabbed this restaurant instead of going to where maybe something that we had already done.
man,
Yeah, I wish we could have gone. If I would have known that the restaurant was gonna be that way, and there was nothing wrong.
It wasn't the
with
restaurant; it was the
It
food.
was just the food.
Right.
Because the atmosphere and everything was great. But I wouldn't have gone back to have my lasagna.
Correct. Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah.
it's funny. I was saying like, why don't we go back to that one place that we had breakfast at? And everyone was like, no, Jaden, we're not gonna
Because
do
we
that.
Were far.
We
were
got-
far away.
We gotta try something new.
We had to take a train
Yeah.
back to the other
Yeah,
side of
right.
town.
Which
and
is kind of sort of what happened.
yeah.
Man, they had mozzarella sticks there, and now I really want some mozzarella sticks. The only place I can get some right now is Applebee's.
I love Paris. I'm gonna say that, which I had mentioned earlier. I liked Paris a lot more than I did Rome. For many reasons, I feel like Paris just felt like I don't know, clean, chic. It felt like an actual like city. I don't know. It's just I don't know. It was to me it was beautiful.
I was saying Rome isn't a city.
No, I'm saying Rome
Wasn't built in a day, you know.
Like, wow, great pun. So, I just felt like Rome. This is again I felt like Rome just had a lot of graffiti. It was more dirty down. I think that's what I just didn't like.
I don't know. I kind of like graffiti. It adds some
Now,
flavor.
to add to Paris, there was a place that it always comes to mind when remembering our days in Paris was in the movie Ratatouille. For those of you that like Disney, there's a store where one of the Ratatouille
Exterminators.
do the rat exterminated,
yeah.
and they actually do have.
Yeah, we passed by an exterminator like workshop place, whatever the building
Yeah.
that they work in. It was crazy because I thought that was like some cartoon villain stuff where it's just like dead rats hanging in like gas masks and like we will kill 7 million rats for you. No, you just walk out and there was just an exterminator building and it just
the rats
yeah, and the big sign out front, we will kill 7 million rats for you. Like wow, okay.
So yeah, that was the thing. If you guys
They-
like Disney,
They got some rat problems there, I guess.
There you go. You got your reference right there.
In Paris.
That's cool.
Yeah. Overall,
yeah, I was gonna say overall.
yeah, so that concludes our extended review of our time in Europe. A long video that will probably be over an hour at the very least, maybe an hour and 30 minutes at this point. But I think it's good that we got to talk about basically everything. It was a big trip. A lot of things happened there. Personally, it's hard for me to decide which one I preferred over Rome or Paris. Like, a lot of my bias in favor of Paris is mostly because it's when the trip started to slow down. When we were first in Rome, it was like we didn't even get time to rest when we got to the hotel. We literally went straight into the plaza, the Pantheon, and then the fountain. Like there was just so much in Rome that it was kind of stressful. But at the same time, I don't know, I actually really liked just Rome feels a lot more busy and bustling, and I kind of loved that about it. And there's one thing about Paris that somehow nobody else noticed, but I could not ignore it, and it bugged me the entire time, which is Paris has a serious smoking problem. It smells like smoke. Everyone on the sidewalk is smoking. I already don't like smoking in America for a myriad of reasons, but like in America, I see one person on the sidewalk smoking at most. I see 3 to 4 people in Paris, and I see people smoking in Disneyland, out in front of the stores.
I think I did notice that too, yeah.
Like that was like, ooh. I don't think I could live in Paris just for that.
Like I said, Paris to me was beautiful. Other than that, I mean, I had a really good time. I'm not gonna lie. Once in a lifetime, well, hopefully we could go back, you know.
I know, right?
But definitely, I had a really good time. It was with really good people, which makes or break a vacation, actually. So I did feel like part of the family. I felt like I was there, so I was happy. I thank you, for for all that. But yeah, no, definitely, it was really, really good, and that's something I will always take with me and cherish.
Like I said, Jeff D is like my other son. For those of you that don't know that, and I had a really good time. I was super thankful that we got to do this and you were part of that experience.
Right.
My favorite part, like you guys know, is Portofino, but between Rome and Paris, I like them both equally.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I had a great time, a great vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And again, as your travel advisor, I do suggest you highly do a trip like this.
Yes.
It is a one in a lifetime kind of trip. So if you're going to plan it, make sure you have the right travel advisor for that. You can always call me. I'll be more than happy to provide you with all the information that we have because we did a lot of extensive research on it. So I actually have to thank Jeff B because he was my Google Maps over there. And he helped us a whole lot. And I think as a family, I know Sophie's not here, but as a family, we did this together, and we just had a really good time. From the first flight to getting into Rome, through doing everything, the weather was amazing. No flight delays.
Weather was amazing.
And I did not record anything in the Swiss airline, which I like Swiss airline on the way back. Tremendous people, great amenities. I know you flew American Airlines.
I did British and American, yeah.
Yeah, and we had a good time on it. Can't complain. We'll do it all over again for sure. Yeah. But I didn't even get to, by that time, guys, I was just tired. We had walked up over 65 miles throughout the whole entire trip. That's why we make sure you have some really nice shoes, plan everything. One thing that I will not do, and Jeffy and I do agree, because we booked this together, is that next time we're not going to pack everything the way that we did. Right. We already packed everything because we were
trying to see a lot in exactly. Short time. So now we know there's certain things that maybe we could just leave it for our next time. Maybe we could just slow down a little bit and enjoy it a little bit more.
Enjoy a little bit.
Get an extra week at your hotel.
Yeah. Do enjoy it a little bit more because I feel that we lost a little bit, especially me trying to film it, bring it out to the community, and all of that stuff because everybody else was doing their own thing. I have a camera trying to see and enjoy and then film all this stuff at the same time. But I'm really truly thankful for those of you that actually have watched all the vlogs and that were able to come along on this adventure. Martine, what do you have to say?
I can say that it was a fun trip, something I look forward to doing again.
Definitely. Well, our next trip is going to be to Greece in 2028. So if you like our adventure as a family, maybe you want to be part of this next adventure that we're trying to do. It's going to be to the Athens.
Yes.
And we're going to be staying a couple of days in Athens. Then we're going to do another cruise through Santorini and different places like that.
Right.
And
we're still figuring it out.
In Barcelona, and probably from Barcelona we're gonna probably stay there a couple of days because we really didn't see Barcelona.
We just went to the Sagrada Familia, and then after that we went to the airport. So.
Yeah. So we might go to Milan after that and stay another couple of days there and then fly back home. We don't know yet, but this Europe was an actual group cruise that we did with some of my clients and stuff like that. So if you're interested in something like that, then I truly recommend you either call me and I'd be more than happy to provide you with some information. Hopefully you guys like this review.
Yeah.
It was our family trip.
Yes, it was.
And you guys got to meet a lot of our family, like Sophie, Jaden's, Jeff B, and my husband Martine. So yeah, come along on our next adventure and we will see you on the next one. But please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and put a comment. What is it that you really like about the review?
Yeah.
And if you've seen all the vlogs,
what did you
one
like?
What's your favorite?
There you go. Right.
I'll see you guys on the next one.
Right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.